Home ain't ever what you wanted it to be. So you packed your things and you left. Took a train, left somewhere out west, and you found what looks like hope. You take that little bit of change you got in your pocket and you build a ranch, maybe a nice little family. But unfortunately, there's never hope. Welcome to Crystal Grit. Mind your pistols now.
And hello, everybody, as I am desperately struggling to get a mini to go where I want it. Good evening. We are Hard Knock Dice. I specifically am Ian, your Dungeon Master for tonight with this campaign that is Whispers in the Dust, our kind of fantasy Western campaign. I thank you for joining us, and I hope you have a good time. That we are rapidly closing in on the end of this campaign, so we're going to be starting to do shit. More of it, anyway. My goodness, brain, no work. Thanks. Before we get into recap and everything, as per usual, popping up in the chat right about now, there should be a link which you should click on. I'm going to expound upon why you should do that here in just a moment. We are raising money for the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta on the behalf of Extra Life. Should have been in the other order. Fundraising, Extra Life for the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta is for a good cause, helping sick kids who need it. So I encourage you to click on the link and donate what you can. Open your heart wallets to divulge your soul coins and do that lawful kind, if possibly self-sacrificial thing. Aside from that, do we have any other announcements? Nobody else has had any birthdays. We're all looking gravy. Fantastic. Well, last session, here on the Whispering in the Dust, our party returned to town. They came back to the town of Crystal Grit, having successfully completed their mission, having both booty and hostage in tow. A couple of them grabbed fresh horses, while another couple checked out to make sure that they weren't about to get jumped on the way in to turn in the quest. But thankfully there did not appear to be anybody lying in wait for them. They then met with Desmond Sinclair, the mayor of Crystal Grit, as well as the leader of the Talon Gang, who congratulated them on not only a job well done, but the speed with which they accomplished their task. Surprised at their early arrival, but not displeased. They were told how much that they would be paid, and that, of course, if they wished to work with him further, then more money would come their way. It was an effective, that this seemed to be a beneficial relationship for all of them. The party, on the whole, expressed interest, may be a strong word, but I mean, everybody seemed down for it. And Sinclair questioned their friend Granger, the leader of the Worm Riders, ultimately executing him after learning that he had been sicked upon Sinclair and his business by a member of the consortium, a man named Slater. And that the intent was to basically expose him and his criminal enterprise to the consortium as a way for Slater to get a leg up politically, to get him some fame and recognition, as he is relatively newly arrived here in Ukripshadal. And our party were given their next mission to, I hesitate to say assassinate, because I feel like this isn't quite so subtle, to murder one of the consortium's marshals and their posse, who they know is to soon arrive in Crystal Grit to do a thorough inspection of the mining town, to make sure that, of course, that there is no smuggling going on, that everything is running as there's going to be running, so that resources come through the consortium, that any research performed on the nearby fort is ran through the consortium, that they maintain their stranglehold. And with this recent fuckery from Granger and his men, that would kind of screw that up. And also, it'll send a good message to Slater or whoever else is participating in this attempt to screw Sinclair and his town. So, I left them last week with the mission to their mission as players, not their characters, to decide what their plan was. Because you know what? This is a Western, and so we're going to hop straight in to what is a train heist, a train derailing, a train explosion. That's up to them to do. As by train is how this marshal is traveling. So we're just gonna get right into it. They have made a plan. They're gonna do things, and we're gonna let that unravel as we go. So I don't know if everybody's in Tailspire or not. I actually didn't stop to check. Go ahead and summon folks. I actually just realized that this might be too bright. Y'all are gonna have to tell me once everybody gets summoned whether this feels too bright. We got 3.
I'm opening Tailspire now. 1 moment.
I also just realized that nobody owns their fucking token, so let's fix that while everybody gets launched, right? Yeah. There's you. There is you. There is where are you? Crosland, there's you. Boom, boom. There is this guy. You are way the fuck over here, so we're gonna right click on you.
Summon me.
Oh, sicky night. Summon.
You gave me 2 of the same character rather than the shadow.
You don't. There's not 2 of your model. I don't think, unless there's one that.
There's one on the train and one way out in the desert.
Oh yeah. I don't know where your other model is. Nope. There he is.
I'm putting it right next to the train.
Yeah,
there.
that guy got missed. Get out of here.
And
your shadow is invisible around here somewhere, unless I just deleted him, which I might have done. Entirely possible. Summon.
Oh, there he is. He's hiding on a chair there.
Oh, did you find him?
Yeah.
Somebody found him at least.
Can you also add a bald bitch for John? Anybody. It could be anything.
I can't even see. Oh, I know why I can't see him. But yeah, okay, so you have control of him there. Crosland. There you go.
Appreciate you.
Boom. And then who are we missing? Mr. Johnsy, do you not have control of yours? You do. You should. Okay, cool.
I do not have control over mine.
I don't even know where you disappeared somewhere.
Oh, I can hide him behind the
there
seat
you
there.
are. Yeah, I couldn't fucking get you into the train. Because I had been told before you got in here that you were going to be outside the train. So where the fuck did that sneaky little bastard go? Old Geist, here you are. Boom, in the train. Boom, boom. Player permission. That guy. Shkapow. Somebody bald. Or Cerebell, because I forgot John lives again. You know what? He's short and bald. Yellow goblin.
Yeah.
Little goblin.
Oh,
there you go. Oh my goodness. Bless you.
To be fair. Yeah.
You good? See, there's another one. Just get it out. All right.
I was sneezing.
So, if I recall correctly from our conversation mere minutes before we went live, as I was clarifying what y'all's plan was, the consensus is blow it up. Or at least try. So, how we're going to start this is we're going to see how well Miss Cerebell set the explosives. How effective they are. And I guess the question being, Sarabelle, are you setting these just on the support structure that I was too lazy to create supporting these railroad tracks, or were you setting them on the tracks themselves to ensure that the tracks collapsed?
If she could ensure that the tracks would collapse, then she would set them on
So
the.
you set them like you went over and like strapped dynamite or whatever explosive you're using to the bottom of the tracks.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you trying to trigger how are you trying to trigger them? Magically, manually? I'm just trying to decide what to make you roll.
She would do it. Do.
Cell phone.
Yeah.
Okay, I got this. Sending stone.
Crap, where did magically? I don't know if she can actually set trigger.
This
it
is
at a
all
distance.
for the flavor. So
Yeah, magically.
What we're gonna say. So your successful ability to be able to time it correctly is going to be an Arcana check.
Okay, I think I did take that in my respec. Thank God. So that would be
that would suck if it's like, oh, it's a fucking story roll.
proficiency plus.
Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
And we're back done. Okay. Hello again.
Hey.
I think.
It's my fault. Sorry.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. It's all right. It's all right. Freak circuit breaker accident.
I thought you were just calling me a freak. You thought you said that's all right, freak.
I mean, have you seen Alistair? A little freaky. You know what I'm saying?
Strange.
He a little bit of a freak.
7 days a
Good
week.
gracious.
18.
18 for your Arcana check.
Yeah.
To detonate it on time.
Yes.
Cool.
Also, Sarabelle's going to expend half of her available resources to the explosive.
Okay.
So she would be putting 6 Arcano bombs on, 3 of which are spaced up with reagent dice,
Mhm.
and then 4 sticks of dynamite from Mizor
A
Geist.
lot of explosives. That's it. Okay. So we're gonna actually. I was about to say like I'll hold on to that, and then I didn't even have my writing utensil at hand, so I will hold on to that 18 because what's the fun in telling you whether you succeeded or failed before you try to set your bombs off. So it's a good time. Anyway, let's see. So that's the first half of their plan. They're planning to explode the bridge, to drop hopefully just the marshal and company into that ravine. Hopefully they'll die on impact. If not, Sarabelle's there to finish the job. The rest of everybody, however, is on the train with the intent. Oh my goodness. My notes are absolutely freaking out. Okay. The rest of our party, meanwhile, has boarded the train as a sort of contingency plan, and also in an attempt to assuage their own consciences, assuage their own consciences, and hopefully reduce, collateral damage and, just civilian loss of life in general, seeking to decouple the train. So, lads and ladies, lads and lasses, as it were, there are 5 of you here on the train. One of you who is disguised, you said, with a 28 on your deception check.
Yes, a 28 on the deception check.
That is incredibly good. You have managed to keep, because this since the stop where you got on. I don't know. Did you say you killed one of the fucking workers on the train for their uniform?
Yeah, probably at the station that we boarded, took him out, oh, he's going to the bathroom.
Yep. And despite that irregularity, you have managed to convince them that, you're a replacement. he wasn't gonna make it out of the bathroom in time, like before the train pulled him
I
out.
just imagine there being like the one outhouse like 30 feet away from the really tiny train station with like 15 people just fucking doing the pee-pee dance trying not to miss this train.
Guys just inside doing the Spider-Man and like the ceiling of it, waiting for a staff guy to come in, and just as soon as he gets in, crams him into the bottom of the. Yeah.
Can we roll percentile to see how many people were in there just doing their business and looked up and were like, what the fuck?
No, denied. Sit down. But guys successfully so far has been playing it off as a customer service representative, which we all know is the worst form of torture that you can force yourself to undergo. And that is how he has been portraying himself here on this train that they've been traveling on throughout the day. The rest of you, however, so you're here on the train. It is not super packed. Obviously, there's plenty of seating. These trains usually aren't super full. I mean, every now and then a large wave of people will decide that they have migrated to Eucryptidal and are looking to make their fortunes here and travel out further inland. But usually it is smaller groups. I say smaller groups, smaller like more loosely populated trains and that is where you guys find yourselves. They're a loose smattering of individuals throughout all 4 train cars with the spare. I never have thought of a good name for this profession. I'm gonna call them train watchers, folks that ride on the outside of these trains, keeping an eye out for signs of earth elementals, most especially, but additionally any ruffians who may be approaching on horseback or some such nonsense to assault the train. That is their job, and they just kind of walk around on the outside, and their fellows who are there to relieve them are in the back of the train having beverages and food and the like.
And so cast disguise self before she got on the train to make herself look like a blonde half elf, and she used like paint and some ribbons and stuff to make Gus look kind of like a poodle or some like fancy schmancy, like not like a big scary black
poodle.
That's a big ass poodle.
That's a big ass poodle.
She had like pink bows on him and kind of like things trying to like make him look different. And she put like talcum powder on him to make him.
How much would black hair dye cost just for this one gig?
I don't know, like 2 gold. I don't
Sure.
know. You need like a temporary dye job?
Yeah,
Sure.
Clyde's got his just for men full body edition.
All right. So, y'all are on this train. I just kind of arbitrarily placed y'all in the second car. You guys can be wherever you want, I suppose. Good luck trying to actually move the models between the cars. I did not realize how difficult it was going to be until I tried to do it. So I'm just going to leave those open. Somebody's driving past my house quite loudly. It is quite distracting. But,
Sorry.
So you see all these people that are sitting in the chairs, those are passengers. If you see some of these white-coated models, those are the people that are working here at the train, which actually I guess I should get rid of one. This guy's fucking murdered them and is impersonating them. They seem mostly be, assigned to like be able to have one per car, and they kind of move about, checking on folks and some such. So what are you guys doing? I will say while here on our very lovely map here, y'all are already crossing this chasm. That is, of course, because I'm lazy. Y'all figure, I'm gonna say you think as we kind of zoom our camera in here, you've got about 30 minutes until the train reaches the agreed upon spot. You know that Sarabelle had previously planted explosives on the bridge and is planning to pop them. I think you guys said I mean, unless do y'all have any way to communicate long range? Does Sarabelle know which car y'all are trying to drop?
I I can cast dancing lights and change the color of the bulb either in front or in back. That's the best I got, if that sounds good to everybody.
So different colored lights for we're trying to drop the front.
Yeah,
or
it'll
we're
be
trying
like
to drop the
3
back.
purple dots, and then either the one in the front or the back will be red.
I will say that part of that is going to make it a little harder. That means it's going to require a check on, like a perception check on Cerebral's part to make sure that she gets the timing right. Because she's in the bottom of a ravine, was how it was explained to me. She's in the bottom of the ravine.
Could I get John to climb up the edge of the ravine and communicate with me telepathically?
Is there a range on the homunculus's communication range?
I do not believe so, but I will double check.
Could he just yell? Or like wave his arms?
By sending stones. I feel like that was something that we had. I still have quite a lot of gold left, so if that
y'all had received a sending stone specifically from Sinclair, so that he could communicate with you, that he could relay to you the exact day that the train was departing, so y'all got on the right train.
Okay.
But there was not a sending stone in that shop at the time.
There wasn't. No. So if we want to use lights and stuff, that we can do that too.
Yeah. I mean, since telepathic communication is possible between John and Cerebral, I mean that is perfectly viable.
As long as he is on the same plane. If you want to add a distance limit, that's fine.
Yeah. No. I was just double checking because I know
He could just be on the
stuff.
train with us then, right?
You could just have John on the train with you. Yeah?
Alternatively, you could just have him like right next to the explosive with a match ready at hand.
Would he follow that order?
Yeah, I was like that motherfucker is just gonna
Wishful
be like
thinking.
big middle fingers.
So who is John accompanying on the train? Who is John supposed to be following around, Cerebral?
Callie.
Callie?
Why did you make it a woman?
He knows she doesn't like her. I like him.
Okay. So, and then I was a dummy because when I deleted him to move him, you lost control of him. So there you go. So he's hanging out with Callie, the little goblin fella. He's hanging out.
He is just a
okay. So
guy.
that's the plan. That makes that a lot easier, just to be like, John, tell her front or whatever, and then that's what you're watching for. So that takes care of that 100%. So like I said, y'all have about 30 minutes. You're about 30 minutes out. That way, that anything that you guys might seem that might seem suspicious long term, you could probably get away with for a short period of time. So what are you guys doing and where? I will say, I mean, it's relatively obvious that the marshal and his posse did settle at the front of the train. They're not sharing it alone. It doesn't seem that they get an exclusive car unto themselves, but they certainly people make way for them, and they have claimed a couple of chair of benches and stuff up near the very front, and people have sat away from them relatively purposefully, aside from Callie and John.
Geist would absolutely, he's. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say the reason why Callie has positioned herself there was to try to do some eavesdropping and hear any plans or whatever. And Callie, sort of like what Miss Bell has done, has not changed her season at all, but has sort of softened the summer features. So instead of her pigtails, it's like soft waves, and she's wearing not her normal checkered clothing or cowboy hat, but is more in more feminine attire, to look as innocuous as possible.
Okay.
John is smoking a cigar.
John is smoking a cigar.
Geist will have been doing his job as a staff member of the train, if possible, volunteering to take refreshments or check on the staff or not the staff, the marshals, to kind of see if he can get eyes on, some of their equipment or their faces. Just like, but not doing anything that the staff wouldn't do. He's watching the other ones to see like, oh yeah, they offer a bottle of wine. Would you gentlemen like a little bit of water? Anything else we can get for you? That kind of thing.
So are you trying to float around near the front car at this time?
I mean, he'll be, working the full, train, trying to see who else is here besides the marshals as where, gathering information basically, but he does want to at least once try and get eyes on the marshals themselves.
Yeah, it would, especially with that freedom to do so. Like I said, they're gathered up there. They're all in, like in uniforms. The marshal, most of you got a crisp, like, y'all have seen cowboys and the like, wandering about. These guys are very clearly, they're lawmen. They've got
mustaches,
sure. Like they're none of their uniform, like, equipment or anything is like travel worn. They definitely, they come to and from the city. They keep their stuff spick and span. They got nice shiny spurs on their boots and well-oiled leather jackets. And the marshal does have a badge of office, like a sheriff's badge almost. But I was about to say older. He's an elf, so it's kind of hard to say. But elvish gentleman who is just like very like worn from sun weathered, but is mostly keeping himself. Has had a couple drinks so far, but mostly seems kind of contemplative during the train since y'all have embarked.
I guess at some point during the whole ordeal, I would try to flag down that geisty attendant.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
I'll wave him in close. I heard there was someone giving free drinks in the back in the next few minutes to any of the stagecoach people that want to get sauced up, as long as they ain't no damn filthy pig. You know what I mean?
No, he does not, but he probably would. Cody does not, so.
I'm just saying, tell all those people in the front of the car they got free drinks back there and get the fuck away from all of the cops that aren't allowed to have free drinks.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that makes sense. I misheard you. I thought you were asking Geist if there were free drinks in the back. I was like, I don't know what you're getting at.
What?
Okay. You want him to go tell them there are free drinks in the back.
Yeah.
In this same car, since I'm the next car over, I'll also grab Geist as he's walking by.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
I heard there were some members of the consortium up front. I'm a writer. I'd love to ask them some questions. Would you mind escorting me up there, please?
Of course. Would you like me to let them know that someone is wanting to interview them, or make it a surprise?
An introduction would be wonderful. Thank you. My name is J. Alistair Daughtry.
Pleasure to meet you. My name is, and time freezes while he pulls something up.
Jeffrey Daniels.
My name is
Jeff Bridges.
Philip Marmont. Nice to meet you, sir.
What was your name? Sorry.
So, my name is Philip Marmont. Pleasure to meet you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Marmont.
Right this way, sir.
Me and Agatha will
Turn around.
fall up there.
Okay, so you're wanting to go up and you're wanting to talk to the
Yeah, essentially my goal here, or my role, since Geist is gonna be getting people to the back of the train with the free drinks or whatever the case is, I want to give him advantage on the roll, or just keep the consortium's attention on me while I ask him questions, essentially.
Gotcha. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm trying to gotta keep my vibe here, and my music keeps breaking. Also, I'm just saying, I don't know if you saw, Jones. There is train noises on there.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Got train sounds, baby. Anyway, so you're stepping up there. You're hoping to keep them distracted. You're hoping to lure the folks that are up there. Like I said, it's not a ton of people that are occupying the same car. You've got Callie and John. Woo! Yeah, I love that. This is so good. I guess roll a persuasion check. You're trying to upsell these people on free beverage, like free drinks. To
get started, he is going to. What would you say the cost of a small cheap glass of wine would be?
Why? Say.
Because he is going to take some of his own gold and take it to whoever he has identified as his supervisor or whatever. Be like,
pardon me, sir. One of the guests wished to anonymously gift the other train residents with drinks. He has presented this as payment.
Okay, how many drinks you trying to buy? I'm just gonna lump sum this bitch.
Yeah, they're like basically like a drink or two for each person except for the consortium members.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep the simple. 5 gold if you want to buy a couple drinks for everybody on the train.
Sure, done. Yeah, 5 gold up.
Okay. That but you're supposed to just go. You take that up with the bartender. I don't know. I'm not gonna name him right this moment because I don't care. You take it up with the back.
Yep, he will head on back to do exactly that. Basically, get this drink train rolling.
Yeah, just fucking give dude and just go give everybody who isn't consortium member a drink if they ask for it off of this 5 gold.
He's not going to specifically exclude the consortium members, but he is going to be like,
a generous patron of the train said, "It's been a pleasurable ride. Would like to gift everybody with some free drinks." Seems he wanted to flex his wealth a little bit.
Probably won't last long around here then. All right, I'll take his money.
That's his problem, not mine.
Take some money. I mean, you're offering money for goods, so easily enough done.
And then we'll begin going around, and it seems a patron on the train has gifted everybody with free drinks. If you would make your way to the back, they will be serving for the.
How long did you say we were from the?
About 30 minutes from the explosion point.
Gotcha. Drinks will begin being served in about 20 minutes. They will be open for about 10 minutes.
Okay. So are you just trying to get the majority of the train to shuffle back there?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Not right now, because if I do it right now, they'll be done and back in their seats before we get there. So waiting for the last 10 minutes to maybe try and get a line.
Right. Okay. All right, so that's your plan. Is you're gonna try to near the last minute, get folks to shuffle back that way. Alistair is moving up to make small talk with the marshal and his men. Callie is trying to eavesdrop. Clyde is. Are you just hanging out?
Yep.
Clyde's just hanging out down the street.
About 15 minutes before we, Callie is eavesdropping, but also watching out the window for what they've roughly figured out is about 15 minutes out. She's going to, tap, the arm of the professor, and, prior to getting on the train, she had slipped him a silver ring, and she gives him the nod, and then she's going to cast Warding Bond.
How long does Warding Bond last?
An hour.
An hour? Okay.
So, like I said, about 15 minutes from where we're going to, shit hits the fan. So that'll be a +1 to your AC there, Professor.
Okay.
We do like that.
And saving throws.
The AC is so hard to come by.
Oh, also in general, if you are within 10 feet of me, everybody gets +4 to your saves.
Hey.
So.
Oh shit. Let's go.
Move like
Your mic cut out.
Your
Yeah, your
mic
mic super just stopped picking up.
we just move like a little rugby huddle everywhere we go.
That makes it. I mean, yeah. Hey, half on, getting that +4 bonus, but this makes it real nice when you just hit 6 people with every AOE you ever throw. Nice.
But
Never,
it's a really good chance of you making the save for half damage.
Still sounds like a win to me.
Clyde would actually move out and inspect the area between the first car and the second car, like in between the cars, to see how difficult it is to perhaps unlatch these things if necessary.
I mean, unlatch, actually, manually just unhooking them,
probably
pretty difficult, because you're trying to muscle it apart when it is in motion.
Well, they have I don't know what the design of these cars are like, but I mean, they have big tools that are designed with multiple steps that you would have to pry open to get them unlatched. But
yeah, I am not much of a train conductor. I have not had much train experience. I'm just assuming that while there are steps in place, they are meant to be able to be separated, I figure it's harder to do in motion.
Right, for sure.
So I mean, it's definitely doable. It's not just going to be you hit a button. So I'm saying it might be you'd either have to roll a really kick-ass athletics check to do it in one go, or it might just take you a little bit to get it undone.
Gotcha.
DM, is there maybe a little dip or just even a slight downward grade as we approach the bridge? Because then that would kind of take the tension out between the cars and make it a little easier if we did it
Physics.
I'm gonna be very honest, not something I considered. So I mean, high low, and that would mean you probably have a very narrow window. So that means because this has to be close enough that people won't notice that you've decoupled it, while also being far enough away that y'all's end of trains aren't going to accidentally drift out onto the tracks above the ravine. Okay. Did you say hi?
Of course, always high.
Okay, well that one of the D10s just sailed off into the wild blue yonder.
Automatically high. That means
no.
Wasn't
well on an 87%. Sure.
Sweet.
But this is a whole situation where they've got some slats and stuff that kind of go over the coupling so that people can walk between them, and then you got the coupling actually underneath it. So you definitely, I mean, keeping it on. I mean, it looks doable. It's just how quickly you're going to be able to do it is the question.
Yeah.
Is that all you're doing? Kind of checking those out?
Yeah, checking those out to see what the preparation is to.
Yeah. Roll
murdering the rest of the people on the train.
I want you to roll a stealth check with your charisma.
Stealth check. Okay, well.
Because you were trying to be unobtrusive with this.
That makes it a lot different.
This is social stealth, my man.
Social stealth. Okay, hold on.
Man, I ain't about to read all that. Summarize.
What?
He posted a paragraph.
You have to.
In the fucking chat.
Oh.
Apparently, for trains in the Wild West era, you have to climb into the separating area, where the trains connect, and then there is a lever or turning mechanism. It was apparently dangerous to be there, but was done in emergencies.
So 16 total.
16?
Yeah. That +8 stealth gets turned down real hard when you turn it to a -1 modifier on the ability score.
While you're out there, you're starting to kind of give it a look over. One of the other train attendants kind of walks up behind you. please don't loiter between the trains. It's not, not exactly safe. You one or the other. Choose.
All right, you got it, sir.
I am a lady, but that's all right.
Sorry.
Don't assume.
So, shuffling you back inside, didn't roll high enough to be like you're being suspicious, but there's So shoes you along back into one of the cars. Miss Bell, what was it that you were wanting to get up to here?
I think kind of keeping an eye on the passengers. Is everybody moving toward the food cart?
Guy said he is leaving it till about 10 minutes till. So at this juncture, as y'all remember, you're getting about 20 minutes, about 10 minutes of passes. As Geist has done that, he's walked back. He's paid that dude. He's walked back. He started walking back up with the intent to begin disseminating that information shortly. Mr. Alistair has stepped up into that cart and is beginning to engage in probably incredibly awkward small talk with the marshal and his companions. Clyde is trying to double check on, is trying to see how hard this is actually going to be. Sarah Bell's waiting to blow up the bridge. And Callie is eavesdropping.
Yeah, I think Belle would have been kind of presenting herself as kind of like a ditzy, kind of like Paris Hilton-y type, kind of oblivious person. And so she's oohing and ahhing over Gus, kind of not trying to be subtle or stealthy at all. She wants, people to kind of see, almost like being stealthy by being too much. And, as she's, when she hears oh, he's talking to her dog, hey, did you hear? 3 drinks, and she's taking Gus down and probably conveniently stumbles across some guy who's sitting on the edge who hasn't started back there yet with her low cut dress and is I'm so sorry. I was so excited. Are you coming back to the car to get a free drink? Oh, I'm so excited. It's so nice when they give us refreshments like this. You don't often find it this far west.
Oh boy. All right. So here's how I've just now kind of decided to do this, because I realized that otherwise it can get really fucky really quick. We all kind of know where everybody's at. Real quick, since it is outside of this thing, I just decided, Callie, go ahead and roll your perception check for me, and just let me know what are you actually trying to what are you looking for? What are you listening for?
The 3 things that Callie would have been listening for, because I'm assuming we've been on this train for several hours.
Probably so. At least a couple.
The first is if I could catch any names of these marshals. Especially if anybody mentions Slater or my dad, and then try to pick up on any of their plans, with Crystal Grit and any of that, and then just the third priority is just gleaning anything from the consortium. So those are my 3 priorities: is names, Crystal Grit, and then general consortium information.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Okay. Perception is going to be an 18, right?
18.
Yes, 18.
I was about to say you said right, and I was like, I don't know.
No, I was double checking my perception. So yes, 15 plus 3 is an 18.
Okay, 18. All right, so you listen to the actually, I was about to just say that we'll see how chatty is this marshal with his guys. Very moderately chatty at a 51%. He is just above average amounts of chatty with his guys. And I mean the conversation between them. You don't hear Slater's name mentioned. You probably do hear your father's name mentioned about maybe once, maybe twice, not in any direct correlation of like their interactions with them, but basically as you know, he sits on the council that governs
right
the continent. You know, they mention him in a political sense, basically, like, you know, he threw his vote behind, you know, this, you know, X or Y change to, you know, like the shipping, I say shipping, like the like taxation of magical crystals that come out of the mines, like that kind of relatively, you know, mundane conversation points on that front. As for, and then you said so Slater and stuff in relation to Crystal Grit specifically, they don't seem particularly stoked. They get some conversation like, oh, you know, I've been out to Crystal Grit several times before. It's nothing ever exciting, but at least the Sinclair fellow is consistent with how he runs the place. Yeah, very snobby, but like they don't say, like, Crystal Gray has never given them problems before. They don't seem to anticipate any at this time.
So if anything, this seems annoyed. They're annoyed that they have to kind of come out.
I mean, it's like the kind of like, you know, like, I hate having to do my job kind of thing of like, this is the majority of what marshals do, you know, aside from, you know, put down especially, you know, rowdy gangs, which you probably hear him comment on, like, you know, there haven't been any particularly effective gangs worth making a trip farther out for. It would be nice to have a break from the drudgery of checking mining towns, ensuring that they are paying their tithes. And your third thing, one more time for me, I'm sorry.
Was just general consortium talk. Anything that would like I know that you sort of mentioned Corvus doing voting on magical crystal
taxation.
Yeah, stuff. But I'm talking like, what does this like, the consortium has far reaches across, sure. So just anything particularly sorry.
No. Anything particularly what?
Particularly because Granger mentioned Methalion, and so just thinking like, okay, what does that, like, that has piqued Callie's interest of like, what is this man doing, or like, what is the consortium doing in general, regarding.
I will go and say very, very easily with hindsight, considering that Granger said that he was hired by Slater, you know, before he died, the mention of Methalion was, he was fucking with you, like, he was just bullshitting in the mention of that particular name. Like, that is an individual, you know, within, like, he that is a person of influence within the consortium. That was not who Granger had anything to do with. He was just throwing out a name that he knew you probably would know. But probably the most interesting thing you hear just in general consortium news is Marshall. He does, you know, and this goes from, you know, more conversational to, as they talked about some of the politics and things involving this Eucryptidol section of the consortium in the mainland back in Ersticia. You know, things turn into, you know, the consortium's relationship with other countries, as they are more or less a small, like a powerful, like, micronation in and of themselves. Marshall kind of, you know, his voice is down. It seems that perhaps Varidland, Asterholm, they appear to be getting quite impatient, it seems. From what I hear, you know, from up the chain, increasingly bold attempts to surpass the consortium's restrictions on research, having to come through them, trying to get teams further inland. And basically commentary of that nature, like the powers that be outside of the consortium seem to be wearing thin on their patience of putting up with the consortium's, like, stranglehold on the control of the continent itself.
Okay.
Like, it seems like they're increasingly they're taking bigger risks or more obvious attempts to circumvent them.
Okay. Yeah, that's what the things that she would be caring about. Aside from that, she's just sitting prettily and being annoyed at John.
So, how I decided we're gonna do this? We're gonna do a bit of a skill challenge here. I think to make sure that this all goes off without a hitch. So this says, this has the multiple parts. So this isn't like an entirely pass fail kind of thing. You guys have multiple things you are trying to achieve. You are trying to keep the marshals here in this front car to make sure that this is where they are when the signal goes. This is the marshal and his men. That's where they all are when the signal goes off. You're trying to get all of the other passengers and the like farther back into the car, hopefully all the way into kind of the food and goods car. And then you're also trying to make sure that that the timing of the explosion itself, so that the car is released and the explosion goes off at the correct time. Does that sound like all of our moving parts for this operation? Like, those are the three main things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, my general understanding is we have Geist and Bell that are trying to get folks back. We have Mr. Dotry trying to keep them where they are needed, keep them distracted from the goings-on of trying to pull people back. And then we have Clyde, who is Clyde and Sarah Bell in as separated physically as they are, but are trying to accomplish that same task of making sure just their car goes. So, who would like to go first?
I'll go first, since I'm just keeping their attention right now.
So you're trying to chat them up, and I'd say Kylie, probably during your, when Alistair pulls up and starts talking to these guys, it seems to catch the marshal relatively off guard. That, like, people don't generally try to come up and socialize with them, but it does.
Can I help with the sort of deception here of when he introduces himself as J. Alistair Dotry, having, like, because, like, think about, like, when you're traveling, you have a book or something. If I had grabbed one of his books beforehand and had been, like, reading and go, oh my gosh, you're the travel writer, and help with that that point of the deception, especially if they're like, what is this going on? And you hear this young lady exclaim, like, I know who this person is, please sign my book, kind of deal.
All right, Mr. Dotry, I will say you make that deception roll with advantage if you do not mind.
Nope. Pretty good. 27.
27. Pretty good, he says.
16 plus 11.
Oh, pretty good. Let's see.
And I know I'm masking intentions here, but deception and persuasion are the same thing. I'm not lying to him. I'm telling him my full name and everything. I'm telling him who I am and what I'm there to do. I'm going to be completely honest. Dotry thinks right now that a bunch of cops about to ride off of a train to their death is incredibly interesting. So he definitely wants to know everything about them right now.
Okay. So that's entirely possible. I was going more off of the, like, feeling like your intent was to keep them there, which makes it, like, in and of itself deceptive. Like your intent. For Alistair's, I don't know the word I'm looking for for Alistair's interest, what kind of information do you ask these guys about? So I want to mull on that a little bit. For my own personal satisfaction.
I mean, if I overheard the same things that Callie did before I walked up about it being kind of boring, I want to say, well, what's the kind of like, well, going off of that, what's the more exciting part of this job? Then what are you out here doing that's not just checking up on towns, that sort of thing, and getting into the things that they're like, I know they want to talk about it, so maybe help pull some more information out of them. So like, what do they find interesting to do out here? Because maybe that's where I'm going next.
Okay. So you're chit-chatting with them about that. I rolled absurdly low, unfortunately, even though I rolled at an advantage since it's a group of people. I rolled a 6 and an 8 on the D20, so I was like, like they're good at these kinds of things, but not good enough to overcome that nonsense. Right, so you're starting to chit chat with them. So for the moment, that is remaining successful. That you're successfully kind of keeping them up here in this car and interested for the time being. Whatever came is that it can be done, but how quickly it can be done is the question. So speed is the question rather than capability. And I think just kind of by necessity, I said who wants to go first. We're gonna go in from distracting the marshals to trying to get people back. Trying to get people back.
I wanted to go last.
Say to kind of tie it into our time frame, as he goes around and the refreshments at no charge are about to begin being offered. The patron is a fan of this chasm coming up, and he would like everyone to share in viewing it as part of this donation, I suppose.
It's so suspicious sounding. Particular fan of this chasm. If you were trying to assassinate a train full of non-marshals, I mean, that'd be pretty.
Well, I meant like, cause like kind of tour busty, like they do on trains. Like when you go to cross, like, oh, we have a waterfall coming up. It's like, it's going to give an excellent view of unobstructed of Eucryptidol, and what better way to experience Eucryptidol for the first time than to see it in, honestly, the amount of just vastness and glory you're not going to get another opportunity to do till you're on your way back. Cheers.
All right. Go ahead and roll a deception check for me.
Not as good as before. That was a 23.
23. Oh,
I hate you.
And you're just trying to convince everybody minus the marshals?
Yeah, he'll go to just quietly telling everyone, like, oh, it's about time. If you can make your way to the back, they will be serving refreshments at no charge, beginning in about 5 minutes. And he will simply not go to the marshal's car.
Okay, you're not even going to bother with the folks that are sitting in the marshal's car?
There weren't that many, correct?
They're about 5 or 4. Or 4 people plus the attendant who is like attending to that car, so 5 that aren't your friends.
He will speak to them, and what he will tell the marshals is, do they have a title here? Do you just refer to them as marshal, or do they have
marshals? Yeah, it'd be marshal. Yeah.
Marshals. Patron has shown some generosity, and we will be bringing you your refreshments to your car. When I do, please observe outside, giving them the same spiel about the beauty of it and what have you. But that he will be, because of their station, he will be bringing the bottles to them.
Yep. Eyebrow raisement. Well, I don't mind to tell people how to spend their money.
Say again. Sorry, I was reading chat, which I shouldn't have.
He just very well. Who am I to tell people how to spend their money?
Excellent, sir. Thank you for your service. Head on back.
All right. So looks like you've done pretty well. People are starting to drift back that way. There are a couple people that have drinks that just seem to kind of like meh. Like, we've already got a drink. Oh fucking, I can't be bothered. I'll sleep. Like those people that get on planes and just throw several back and then just try to go to sleep. You got a few of those. Hey, man. Cody, is that you? What?
I mean, I don't have to have several. You like two?
I mean,
same.
14-hour plane ride real long. Just saying.
Okay, so I take that to mean so you were trying to use that opportunity to kind of get that to the folks that are in that car as well. Let's see.
Yeah.
23. So
I mean, he's not gonna bend over backwards, but he'll try and get everyone back if he can.
Yeah, you've got like this little apple picking lady starts walking her way back.
yeah, get the fuck out of here.
She loves them apples. This dude is one of those. He's already half asleep anyway. Just kind of fucking was like meh, and ignores you. This lady's going back to get the drink for her friend and herself. And kind of like I said, kind of like pretty like you're getting the majority. And it seems most people are expressing interest, but you've also got people like me who they get told like, ooh, there's a free thing, but then goes, ooh, that's a lot of people heading back right now. I'll wait till they start to filter back up. So, but
he had expressed that it was going to be just for. There's only going to be a 10-minute period. It's just for the passing through the viewing of the chasm.
You got like a fair few people that are like, yeah, I'll migrate back there. I got nothing better to do. So a few stragglers who are not particularly interested. It doesn't seem, but that is just for the moment. Belle, were you also wanting to assist with getting people back there?
Yeah, like she's presented herself as ditzy and that kind of thing, and she would be like, if there were somebody who were kind of like not really moving along or just kind of looked like they weren't going to go and that was on her way, like she's not going to double back or make it really obvious, but she's already been overly friendly this whole time, right? Talking to people, talking to her dog. So she would like slip her arm through their arm and be like, come with me. This is going to be my first time to see the chasm, da-da-da.
What I think is absurdly hilarious is probably the majority of the people on this train are like, what is the big fucking deal about this chasm? Between like guys telling people like, oh yeah, this fucking whoever paid for these drinks really wants y'all to see this chasm, and Belle is like, oh, this is
like
my
the Grand
first time
Canyon,
to see
man.
it.
Yeah, this hole in the dirt.
Yeah, it's exactly. That's very Grand Canyon-esque. Like, oh, we're going to be passing this large.
This is not as big as the Grand Canyon. I'm just being very honest.
But I meant that kind of energy, like
right. I get it. You're hyping up a Grand Canyon that nobody's really heard of. Basically, is what's happening. People are like, what is the big deal about this particular ravine? Like,
train people are very strange, Ian.
I'll take your word for it.
Oh yeah.
Wealthy and eccentric people are also very strange. So if some random asshole's like, dude, I love this fucking tree. Give everyone free drinks while we watch the fucking tree. Let's make it a party.
Now I'm gonna be worried if anything like that ever happens, that there's actually a ploy to kill somebody on the vehicle that I'm on. I'm like, yeah, that's suspicious. You're giving people free stuff.
New fear unlocked.
Who are you working with? Who? Where's the rest of your crew?
Tell me. Do we go the way you want us to go, or the other way?
I'll keep it down low. You just tell me who to avoid to not get shot, and we'll be cool. Anyway, so Bella, so you are trying to get the stragglers. You're trying to get the people that Geist wasn't able to, just with the allure. So Geist laid the deception. Now you are trying to persuade people, persuade those who weren't quite taken by it. So I'll have you roll a persuasion check for me.
That was a 3 + 1 is a 4. So I guess they just think I'm annoying.
Yeah, like it really like you said, y'all have been on this train for hours, and most of the people that are here were on the train already when you guys got on from your stop. So they are really just like, dude, I've been traveling for most of the day. Like, please leave me alone.
Quick question.
Yes, ma'am.
Are there any elderly people on this first part of the train?
Why are you asking that
Ignorance
when you're
is
not on the
bliss.
train?
Yeah, you're not there.
Ignorance is bliss.
John
You don't
wants to know.
Does John
Does
want to know?
not.
Yes.
John does not care. John does not.
Before everybody made their exodus from this part of the train, was there an elderly person?
Let me see, do any of these models look elderly? I would
Apple
just gotta say
lady,
the
but
number
she
of like
can't-
legitimate.
she can't
What is Sarabelle's definition of elderly, real quick? Because the actual percentage of like
Chris?
elderly people is not high.
Yeah,
like,
Chris,
on
what's
this
your
continent.
definition of elderly?
Yeah,
Probably like 65
Say it.
plus.
65 plus.
I would say that the only person who looked old exited the train cart, and she was the Apple lady. These two.
That lady doesn't even look old. Look at her like if you zoom in on that model, she's like, that's rude. You're hating on her because she's got like just a plain blouse. And you're just like, that's old people clothes.
She's also
Rude.
kind of got gray hair.
No, that hair is blonde. Look
John,
at it on the stream. Blonde. I love the fucking.
okay,
flame.
if you're saying she's not old, she's not old.
I mean, honestly, like I said, in the 65 plus, I'll say there's nobody 65 plus on this fucking train.
Okay. John's still smoking his cigar then. Just saying, like, talking about,
Is he
like...
concerned about the secondhand smoke, like, for the old people?
He was going to try to keep the old person on the train so they would die and fuck with Sarabelle.
That is very mean. That
She
makes
turned him
sense.
into a cart.
That's true.
Also
I mean, for
fair.
good reason.
Oh, man. All right.
That's
so,
what Genevieve says.
What's up? What's up, Clyde?
So is there like a certain point to where people stop falling off this train? So Clyde's like, oh, there's still some stragglers.
Yeah, I'd say like you see, like these folks. Sorry, I just kind of. These guys are kind of steadily like moving on. I'm just going to move them into the third train car because probably that's where a lot of them are hanging out because they go, oh wow, yeah, there's already people in there. I'll wait, and they just kind of the other attendants are like now because everybody like this you can't just hang out in here in the hopes of getting. Whoops, that lady's outside the train. Rip.
She fell.
She fell.
That would be the worst time for
No.
someone to
Trying
have
to get from
a
one car to
legitimate
another.
accident. They stop the train. All the guards leave the front car. Oh no.
Man, joke's on you guys. Now that one's gonna get detached, and then y'all are gonna be somebody's
Oh,
assassinating you. Surprise!
It's
What a
it's
tease.
the Wild West. You fall off, you just gotta. I mean, so sad.
Tuck and roll.
Sorry.
Tuck and
R.I.P.
roll. Tuck and roll.
Protect
Protect your neck and head. But yeah, those people. So like he would see that there's some stragglers. I mean, like this lady. Oh! That person's on the roof. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Clyde would just kind of like casually,
Just kind of moved over that way to
Casually.
folks.
obnoxiously move over that way, doing like the jingling coins in his pocket, strut up, and sit directly next to this lady and throw his leg up in the air
Hello.
and start scratching his ear. And
With your foot.
yeah, with his foot,
Okay.
his bare nasty foot has been walking around in
RP
the
it,
dirt.
we know you can.
So just throws it over there. and he goes, man, I like they let you just move to any seat you want to in this place, and they don't check tabaxis for fleas or nothing. This is a nice train. I like this one. And he's just gonna sit there and keep scratching at his fucking ear, like
starts cleaning himself
feverishly, just like he's got something he's got to get out. And then maybe if I can do a sleight of hand check, she's like, "That's a juicy one."
I have a question for
what the fuck?
For Mr. King's benefit.
Right.
He has negative charisma.
Yeah, he's totally invading this woman's space.
Yep. And like I said, I believe I just used just random fucking models to populate this train. Nobody here is like all like entirely, like proper and prim. Like everybody out here looks, very like what's the word, like big settler energy.
Right.
Like, God damn it. Bah.
I mean, I understand if it's charisma based, it's charisma based.
Yeah. I mean, it is. You were trying to gross this lady out into like just moving, or you're trying to like drive
just like,
her from the car.
I do not want to get this weird cat person's fleas that he very clearly has.
I'm just gonna say, with him getting that bendy, that sounds like a dex check to me.
But since he has a negative charisma,
could I do a sleight of hand check to make it seem like I got a real juicy one to give me advantage on this almost assuredly to fail roll?
I suppose.
Sure.
I mean, you're rolling to see how convincing you are. This isn't necessarily a gauge of how she's gonna react.
Okay. So sleight of hand check is a 22.
Okay. You feel pretty confident that she thinks that you got a juicy bug that you just ate. Gross.
Oh my god. So I rolled with advantage, got a 3 and a 4.
For that's a total, what we wanted, right?
For a total of 3.
We wanted it to be really low.
Be repulsive, literally.
Exactly. She definitely looks like nasty. And instead of trying to like get up and go past you, places a revolver kind of on her lap, like on her skirts in front of her. And I think it's about time that you moved back that way. And nods towards the way you just entered from.
Which car is he in? Is he
the front?
in Bell? I'm already gone. Oh, he's in the marshal's car?
Yeah.
Never mind.
So he rolls at disadvantage because he is engaged in conversation.
So she lays it in her lap, or she's just like holding a gun?
She like in her hand. She takes it and like puts her hand in her lap with a gun in her hand.
So she actively has it in her hand. She's not just like, this is going to become an okay.
Yeah. Like this is a suggestion of.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
You can keep pushing if you want.
I got you. Yeah. You know what? We'll roll a chance with Mr. King. I gave it a 50-50 and rolled an 11, so we're going high. God damn it. Clyde will pull out his own gun. He's like, I got one of them too. I think mine's a little bit nicer than yours, though. It's free cabin.
There are plenty of other places to sit.
Mm-hmm. but you seem real nice and feisty. I like them feisty now.
Does Callie hear this?
I mean, probably.
And we're about 5-10 minutes out from this entire situation.
Yeah, y'all are closing down. You're about, if Geist was wanting to do this at about 10 minutes is when he was trying to signal, so you are counting down from that 10-minute timer.
Okay.
If it starts to get a little close, because Geist is waiting on the other train side of the door, just kind of please let on me.
Okay, if Geist wants him to leave, he'll leave.
And we're down to just a couple minutes. We got some shit to do.
Yeah.
Gotta
I
disconnect.
just moved Alistair. Whoops.
Can't save them all.
And then as soon as that door closes to the car, since King is a pretty short fellow, he's gonna start going through the process of disconnecting that shit as best he can.
As soon as you walk through.
Yeah. It's going to take a few minutes because there's going to have to be multiple things that you unlatch on that.
Yeah. So you walk out and you get out here. This door swings shut behind you, and you're gonna start trying to get it.
DM.
Yes.
If one were in possession of sufficient enough source of acid, could it simply be burned through?
My buddy, you're talking like it would still probably take a few rounds for like alien blood to burn through that shit. These are like solid metal knuckles.
I mean, it may help. It would not be able to do it on its own, not in the amount of time that you're talking about. Because how much damage does acid do?
2d10.
Is that how much damage a vial of acid does?
Oh, it's not vials of acid.
What are you talking about? And use your words.
Use your words.
You can try to be coy with all the rest of the players. I need to know exactly what you're doing.
You can't.
Oh.
Primal savagery. So you're trying to sit there and that comes into the category of you are trying to damage it to death. So you'd have to whack at it.
At least let me try to unlatch it first before you start wrangling it.
I wasn't just gonna jump on it. That's what I was saying. It was like, Geist has expertise in investigation, basically saying like about how tough does this look comparative to things that he has dealt with in the past.
Let's see here.
Knowing his own capabilities and the structural integrity of just things in general.
Hold on. Let me double check something. So like they said, this is some heavier like metal. It's heavier metal, and I would like to say like all technology is some kind of mix of like, especially coming from the consortium, is a mix of like arcane as well as like standard metalworking. I'm not saying that it's like arcane like link that is like magnetically holding on to itself, but there's magic that is part of like this reinforcement magic for this exact thing. Because I mean, they want it to be able to unlatch, but they wouldn't want it to break from stress. So, I mean, compared to. So are you basically trying to ascertain how many hit points this fucking the connector has?
Yes.
You figure it has somewhere in the ballpark of like 50 hit points.
Oh. Okay. Then yeah, after the door shuts, he'll tell Mr. King if it proves to be a little bit more
that
difficult.
Is not its AC.
Alternative methods. But we should still make it quick.
Yeah, trying the best we can. Proceeds to start going through the process of like unlatching the knuckle so that he can get to the process where he can do this whole thing.
Yeah. Are we close enough at this point, DM, that like by the time they could get it, the train slowed down and stopped, that would be too late if they happen to realize that they don't have the rest of the train?
That is part of the hope is that, I mean, trains have got like e-brakes. So I mean, you're still several minutes out. So y'all are beginning to get the train so that hopefully by the time it unlatches, if you successfully unlatch it, you feel relatively certain that at least some of the train is going over the edge, or is going to be on the track when it blows up. But you have to be able to get it unhooked, unnoticed, fully.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So he will assist with that because there's not like windows in the doors, right? They can't like see through.
I started doing it because if there's windows in the door, I'm probably shorter than the windows.
Right. There are windows in the doors. I mean, these are just solid doors that are on the model. But I kind of figured that this was like, classical train, like you got the little glass pane in there so that, you can look and not accidentally whack somebody who is stepping between the cars with a door.
DM, real quick, just because I know we're discussing like length of when things need to blow up and how long this needs to stop. It should take this car. It takes a train of 8 cars to about a mile to stop.
About a mile. This is a train of 4 cars, so
if you want to call it easy, it's going to take about half a mile for this thing to fully
come to a
stop.
Full complete stop. Right. Okay.
Which means that we're gonna need to be pulling the e-brake about now, and disconnecting.
So y'all need to be
the engine.
Yeah, getting it disconnected rapidly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Geist has the sticky boots, so he will get out of the way of the window to begin assisting with.
Nice.
Okay.
Kind of like perched.
I don't know what I'm rolling, but I rolled a 17 on the die.
This is an athletics check.
At advantage because
19. I already rolled it at advantage.
Is it 18?
19 total.
19. So you're making good progress. You're hauling on it. It's a well-maintained system. So even and as you're kind of y'all are coming into the part where there's the bit of that angle coming in, which is releasing a little bit of the tension on there. You are starting to haul on it, and basically what I'm gonna say here is I know this is gonna take 3 successes for you to detach this entirely, right? Mm-hmm. Every time you roll, there's gonna be some perception checks going. I made sure I don't know if they've already been forgotten, but I did remind you guys at the start of the session there are people that stand on top of each and every one of these train cars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
so there's 4 people up there.
There's 2 on every car. There's 8.
2 on each.
But 2 on each side of you. So.
Gotcha. 19. Chunk, is there anything that Geist could do to try and obscure the situation or make it difficult for them to see?
You'd have to tell me what you're wanting to try because you are currently in between 2 train cars on a moving train.
He will keep a lookout, and then whenever one of them seems to be like patrolling back in this direction, he'll be like.
So, there are 2 of them on each car, so I was going to have to be rolling with advantage. However, they are on a moving train, and they're not necessarily exactly looking for you, so that cancels out. That means there are 2 sets of straight rolls. Okay? Okay. Coming in, you start to hear some boots approaching along the top. You're going to make like you don't seem to hear any running. You have to keep going through the unlocking of this train. Athletics check number 2. Also, have you communicated with your friends that the 2 that are sat in the in that front car that you are unhooking them from your train?
I thought everyone had left.
I'll pull out an orb and and tell guys, hey, just go ahead and use this thing on me, and then make sure everyone, we need to get out of that train. I got this. And
sure.
I will give him my invisibility orb so that I will be invisible while trying to unlatch this car.
Okay.
But I'll let him have concentration on it, so the action economy remains intact.
Okay, so are you giving him advantage to cast invisibility with the spell sphere on him?
I'm
No.
getting him to cast invisibility on me.
So that he's not assisting you.
He's not assisting
this
me
go
anymore.
around.
Correct.
But invisible cat. I'm assuming you do go along with it. You do not have to, of course.
I mean,
yeah,
you can say
100%. Yeah,
that,
it's like, okay, yeah, like, yeah, a good plan. And we'll go in and, pardon me, sir, you're being asked for in the back. Some bullshit name, yeah.
You're saying that to Alistair?
Yeah. Miss Heronsworth has requested that you be present for this event, or whatever. She seems very enthusiastic, I guess. Of course, he'll have that, like, for whatever fucking reason. It's just a hole in the ground.
I'll just shake my head. I'm not leaving right now. But I'll just shake my head towards you. Acknowledged.
So wouldn't want to miss it.
Bro?
Yeah, who else is in here?
Callie and John are currently there. You will. The professor would know that Callie has her face step and can, to make it look not so obvious, like to close the door, because I can face step on the other side and arcane lock the son of a bitch when they are going over the edge.
Would he have had the opportunity to express? Well, no, she'd know because she was the child of a consortium member. He will also encourage you to leave, because I think we determined we're down to like the last few moments before we're.
You are going to unlatch it so that y'all can then haul on the e-brake. Like you are needing to rapidly, like you've got about 30 seconds before hopefully Clyde will have successfully unhooked the section of the train.
Please, it's he will come up with something much more, smooth-tongued than I am right now. It's important that you be back here for this reason that makes sense in this context without being suspicious.
If you say so, and sort of indicate to John, annoyed, and make her way out the door. And I don't know what Alistair's plan is, so she is gonna exit the door and close it.
Are you wanting to go and cast Arcane Lock on it now?
No, I'm going to basically go into the second train car, because again, I have my face step. So I in terms of action economy, I can once the third thing is successful, I can hop over, Arcane Lock it, and then like let there be some space and then hop.
As you know, you've gotten up and begun to move back. The marshal kind of has kind of glanced over, because you had come in and asked after Alistair, and then you've turned and immediately began speaking to this young woman. Young man, what's the rush?
What is there, like a name for this chasm, or?
The world's prettiest chasm.
The same thing he said before. Just patron, super excited to see this for some reason. Hole in the Ground has invited all these people. lady friend of our friend here is apparently enthusiastic about something.
Friends is a strong word. She's a fan of my work.
Can I go ahead and get that athletics check from, because this is becoming a bit of an exchange. So what's that athletics check? Because you're still trying to get it unhooked. You've begun the process. 16. You're hauling on it. You just squeak past your second success. You're a little over halfway to getting it unlatched.
Okay.
During this exchange, has it become apparent that these marshals are suspicious of the professors?
Yeah, I'm gonna say, despite Cody saying, and I will. This is at this point where I do want another deception check based on what you said, because you went from one person, because you just walked past the other two, like the other passengers specifically, walked up, and be like, "Oh, can you come back?" And then turned, okay, you really should come back too.
Well, I can still roll for it, but the whole thing is like he's still playing a staff member, so like, like when you're on a plane, like they stop at each thing and like lean in. So he's not like speaking loudly, and he'll stop at the others, but it's just like, need to go in, da da da, needs to go in, da da da, and then just some other, if he did pass the others, just if you did change your mind about wanting to see this chasm with the free refreshments, it'll be back there. So not specifically like popping in beeline to these two people and pop back out, but I will still roll this. But that is his methodology, I guess. 22. We keep going down.
22. One second.
I have a way to salvage this if he is specifically if he's concerned about the way that he interacted with the professor interacted with Callie.
I mean, he very likely wouldn't have been able to hear it unless he's like specifically eavesdropping, because he was speaking quietly to you.
You interrupted the conversation he was having with Alistair, which garnered his attention.
I have a way of salvaging
You're
this.
muted. You're muted.
Of course I am, because I do that shit all the fucking time. Was Alistair before or after Callie?
You said you spoke to Alistair first.
I thought Alistair was the only one of our team in there when I said that.
I'm gonna hold it as you talked to Alistair first. That would be the order of operation, man.
Then he would have gone to Alistair and then made his way back, speaking to each of the individuals.
Okay. The marshal stands up and steps up. He says, Mr. Daughtry, well, this young man is so insistent, very, what's what we're looking for, earnest in doing his job and wanting to make sure that everyone receives their refreshments. As you are committed to our conversation, I will accompany you. Let's step back. I'm not opposed to walking amongst non-members of the consortium. He steps out and starts taking steps down.
Just kind of casually, if you're that invested in the conversation, we are on the way with your refreshments here in the car. Shall I bring one for this gentleman as well?
So, cut from that conversation, you said you had a 16 on that, correct? You're invisible. Fortunately, this dude does walk back, because as it gets more disconnected, the easier it is to notice. He can't see you, but you hear oh shit, the car's getting disconnected from above you as you see somebody literally standing on, like, I have him in that square, but he stepped up and he's half, like, diagonal as he's kind of stepped over and leaned, like using like his boots of spider climb to stand kind of diagonally at this above you.
Does he exclaim that to where the
they wouldn't hear on the inside?
Okay.
that at least as of yet, not from where he's at above the train still. That is something quickly whipped away by the wind, but would be heard by Clyde.
Okay.
All right.
I voiced it in the chat, but I am going to ready an action at this point since we're at the last round of getting to this. I am going to hold an action for when I see the car break loose to subtle cast auto irresistible dance through the harmonica.
The harmonica.
Yeah.
So you've pulled out your harmonica. That's so weird. Sorry, I was thinking of that, like subtle casting through an instrument. Does autos only have verbal and somatic? Does it have material?
It's just
Harmonica.
verbal.
It's just verbal. Interesting. Okay.
Holding the harmonica.
Yeah,
So-
I'm just like idly playing. Since they've got up and they're going back, I'm just gonna kick back and start playing my harmonica right here.
Yeah.
I'm not concerned
He's-
with what this.
This guy has
Bellhop has
started. I
told me.
can't fucking put him where I want him. Actually, wait, no, I know exactly how to fix this. He's flying. Easy. This guy has, exclaimed and has started walking down the side of the wall, and he is going to start shouting. I'm gonna go ahead and have us roll a quick initiative here to kind of see how this plays out. Okay.
Got it.
Initiative's just Dex, right? The Dex.
Oh
one.
no.
Initiative is your dex bonus, correct?
I got a super high number, guys. Don't worry.
Same. As always.
Mine's actually decent for a change.
Mine's pretty okay.
25 to 20.
23.
23, very nice. So with a 23. All right, 20 to 15.
19.
19.
Also
for Kylie.
19.
Okay, who has the higher dex? I'm assuming it's Geist, but could be wrong.
I have
Don't actually know.
a +3 to dex and under a 16.
19 dex. So
Okay, so we got Geist with a 19. Callie with a 19. All right. 15, 10.
14.
Cerebel?
Oh,
10.
John got 10. Cerebel, if we're using the same roll, got 9.
Okay. We'll take it down for the moment just because. What was Alistair's?
14.
14. Was it 12 for Clyde? Okay. Wow. This is like the worst you've ever rolled for initiative.
Only when it counts.
12. If we have a John out of 10. And Cerebel out of 9. That's rough. Do you have a negative dex?
So I rolled an 8. John has a +2. I have a.
Yeah, you just have a smaller bonus. I don't know why I immediately jumped to negative dexterity. I was like, holy shit. That's horrifying. Let's see. Who's for these guys up top? Wow, they actually rolled pretty fucking good. Man, this is something. That's an 18 for them. 15, Marshall. Okay, let's see. And his goons. Oh boy.
They all rolled terribly. Right.
That one's across the board.
No, they actually. This is probably the best I've like ever rolled for NPC initiative.
Oh no.
They're some of the best for anybody that has like multiple people. Okay. This is fun. Miss Bell, at the top.
You.
You are. I'm asking if you are doing anything. I mean, you could roll a perception check if you would like. I'll just say, just give it to you for free. You get a free perception check because you know your friends are all up there. Because I assume you're keeping an ear out for trouble. So this is gonna be if you hear that somebody spotted the train beginning to unlatch.
Okay. That is a 13.
13. I say, unfortunately, with it, like the door and train noise, you do not hear anything going wrong.
Okay. And would you allow that, because we're getting so close and I haven't seen my friends come back that way, that I would have started drifting back up to kind of see what the holdup was. And not that I would be there at this time to, like, I get that, you know, I missed this piece, but that I would be in the process of drifting up.
Yeah, I'd say, like, you know, like you're like, okay, that you didn't hear the exclamation, but you're like, we're getting close to time.
Like, we are very close.
So, like, you know, like these doors are obviously, like these doors are shut. So, like, I assume you're like hopping out of where you were sitting down.
Yeah, and then just kind of like moving, like I'd be moving toward the door, so that like maybe my next, so that maybe my next turn I could object interact, open the door, but not so close that somebody slams it into my face.
Like I said, there are windows in here, so I mean, right now, Clyde's invisible, and you don't have the angle to see the dude starting. That's like leaning at a right angle, like on the side of the train. But that's the reason for the windows, like we said earlier. Okay, now it's the marshal's turn. Also at a 23.
Oh no! Yeah. It's a big long train. I'm sure they don't double move.
Well, I mean, there's not an emergency yet.
Question.
There's gonna be one.
What's up, Sarah?
Can John use his 6 off turn words?
I mean, sure.
It's just gonna add.
Is John in there too?
Yes.
Yeah.
John's been sitting with Callie.
Oh my God.
He's just gonna say, "Can you help me up?" And look at the marshal with his empty eye sockets.
I forgot he doesn't have fucking eyeballs.
I just imagine Marshall just going, ew, slapping the hand away, and then just quick walking faster towards the door.
I'm actually because John is a homunculus. I know he's slightly different. Like, he's slightly different. He is still Asgore. He is a homunculus.
Yeah.
So I am gonna give it, and he's a wizard. So I'm gonna give him Arcana check. Yeah. He says, "Can you help me up?" He just kind of glances to the side, looks at John, glances over at Callie. Interesting amount of what's the word I'm looking for? That Ian is looking for. Fucking personal drive. God damn it. Interesting amount of personality that you've given your construct. And turns and begins to keep walking down. He's gonna move. Let's say 5, 10. He just goes to walk past you guys.
All right, fuck you. So drag off.
Give us oh no. Oh no.
Well, I was about to say he was going to be accompanying Alistair. That was the entire point. Alistair's still seated.
He said that?
And did he say anything when Geist was like, "Oh well, we can bring you refreshments." So
Cody, it's not the point. It's the marshal heard the dude shout that the thing was.
He did not.
No, he didn't.
Oh, he didn't.
He did not.
Oh.
No.
He has gone walk past. He said, "We can take. I have had a conversation. We can take it for refreshment in this great view." And it had begun walking. You say, we can have it brought up here. he responds kind of as he's stepping past you. I have been sitting for quite some time, so stretching my legs sounds nice. And keeps walking past you. And it's like he is not moving necessarily his full speed. He moves about 25 feet, strolling along. He leaves his guys though. His guys, he just kind of they kind of look up at him and he just kind of gestures, and so they kind of settle back down. Guys.
Significant eye contact at Callie. If you're quite certain, sir, procedure insists that I do check and escort customers between cars. And will go and step, around like he's going to be opening the door. If the marshal will allow him, because he's not
the board
trying
is
to
loud.
arouse.
Move your token to where you're going.
Okay. Oh God! What in the world happened?
I moved you to where you were talking to Callie.
I keep. Where am I?
Lagging super hard. You are now in the marshal's space.
Oh God. Okay.
As
yeah. No.
he stepped around you, and now you're doing a. Oh, excuse me, sir. Let me step past you.
Well, no, he's not. He's not going to push past him because again, he's not trying to arouse more suspicion. He's still playing the part. So.
Oh, so you're just following him.
Well, he'll walk up to just behind him
in
and
his
pardon me,
chair.
sir. Pardon me, sir, if you would allow me to, just for following procedure. Does he say anything to that?
He just. Oh, go right ahead.
Then he will, step around.
Keep clicking on my fucking minis.
Open the door and another individual there.
Clyde is invisible, so there's currently not anybody that can be seen right there. Outside of the
that was
crank
Clyde.
is over halfway pulled to releasing the two cars.
Does guys think with as far as it is, if he were to step forward and just full body it, he could knock it down? Because it's 2 successes down, right? It's 1 success left.
Uh-huh. But you still have, nobody has pulled the e-brake on the other car, on the car behind this one, so it won't be immediately separating. Not with not a significant gap. So I mean, you can certainly try.
I mean, it should create like a 20 or 30 foot gap within a couple. Anyway,
these are rounds, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
It's got, at the very least, it'll have a moment before the gap begins to widen.
Did Callie and or Alistair indicate any intent to get up? We've had no verbal communication.
I believe Callie indicated a fine, yeah, I'll go before the marshal cut in.
Just kind of, he'll stop as he's open.
I was just gonna say the marshal cut in, and Alistair hasn't had a chance to do anything else at this point.
As he walks forward and he's undoing the door, well, Mr. Alistair, marshal says, what the marshal wants, the marshal gets, I suppose.
Stays
and
frozen in this space-time that is D&D initiative.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you can still speak off your turn, but
I'm right behind you immediately, like adjacent.
I can talk, but I can't move for some reason. I can only. Just stop being able to talk because you
I
used
get
your
6
words.
words to speak.
Your mouth moves, nothing comes out.
Yeah.
Truly, it is a hellish reality in D&D. Is that it for you
as
guys?
well, he will get up and open the first door. I guess stand kind of in the square.
Okay. So you open the door and then just stand there with the process of it being just open, there for, I say God and everyone, mostly for the marshal to see.
Well, there's nothing for him to see right in front of the door, right? The lever's off to the side.
It is actively being pulled though. It is being pulled to.
Can that be seen? I kind of figured if you weren't over
know
it,
why
or
it would
literally.
be.
I'm clearly envisioning this very differently. I'm so sorry.
I figured it's a fairly large lever, but.
Right, I figured it's like off to the side, like you'd have to be out on the ledge.
Yeah, but it's being pulled like, I imagine it's being pulled towards the inside. And if you can see that lever, something's wrong if the train's moving.
Oh, I thought they went like front back. I'm sorry, I don't have a visual aid here. I'm struggling.
Man, it's just on the model. I will give you a perception check. Will that make you feel better? I think it's a perception check to see it.
Well, I mean, if Geist can see it, he's not like through the window. He's obviously not going to.
Not through the window. You opened the fucking door.
But Geist would know if he'd be able to see it through the door or the window. Like,
sure. Yes. We'll say yes. Geist knows that he would be able to see it through the door if he opens it.
Okay. And he will turn and is like, as we always state before traveling between cars, it is not usually recommended to be doing it rapidly. Please make sure that you stay in the center of the walkway. Do not spend any additional time on the walkway as it is dangerous, and all it takes is a small bump or any kind of a change in velocity and it can send you out. And that is not any insult to you. I understand you're an incredibly capable group of individuals, but safety is paramount on a vehicle such as this moving at such a rate of speed. Now, once we get out onto the walkway, I'm going to be opening the second door. Please proceed rapidly onto the second car and make enough space so that those behind you can enter into the second car as well, so that no single individual is spending any additional time on the walkway. And basically going to.
My boy sat there saying, I'm gonna give a speech in my 6 seconds.
Yeah, he's giving a safety speech.
Okay.
As any like
with the door open behind you.
No, he didn't open it. He stops and he turns like, and before we do this, and you know, like the airplane, like he does like the airplane speech, but for safety between cars.
If you just keep going, the marshal says, "Please carry on. I make these trips regularly. I'm aware." It just cuts you off and just gestures for you to stop wasting time. You said there's a limited time for these drinks. Let us proceed.
Of course. Could he have taken up the rest of his 6 seconds doing that?
I mean, he's already used his turn, so you're ending your turn just staying right there.
Yeah, he will.
You can do.
Make as if to open the door. Can I make a deception check to not start to like fiddle with the lock or something like?
Sure.
Basically, stall without seeming like he's stalling.
Oh shit, door's stuck. One
Door's
second.
stuck.
Oh shit. Okay. 27.
He does not seem to cotton on to the fact that you were intentionally stalling outside of, you know, like, you're just taking a while, but like I say, he's just.
He might just think I'm slow and incompetent. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Is that it for your turn?
So yeah, he is stalling with the door turned to open it, taking a minute, etc. But as if he's complying, he is
for sure
to come across.
I understand. Yep. All right, that brings us to Callie.
So Callie is going to stand up, use her movement to get to where the marshal and where the professor is, and say, sort of in a annoyed way of, "Sir, were you wanting us to leave or not?"
So you're coming up to behind the marshal?
Yes, like, because her intent is, yeah.
Just move yourself to where you were planning to be. This board is live.
Yes, sorry.
No worries. Just considering the number of spells that could potentially be thrown in like the next few minutes, location is important.
Yes,
I don't
sorry.
know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I am roughly, Yeah. I'm as close as I can.
So you're occupying the square behind him.
Correct. And I think that Callie has provided sort of the attitude of sort of rich privilege, which she grew up under, and is like, are we going or not? And if you're gonna and I think that this is like as you're giving your like little safety speech, Callie is going to use bonus action face step to go between the cars.
So, okay, so it's using the window. Are you just going to teleport into the next car?
Yes, I cannot.
Here, drop your character real quick. I think I might know of a way. I'm gonna try it out.
Drop it.
Yeah. Shift, if you're teleporting, hold down shift and move your model and it teleports you there. You're now right
Will
here.
it teleport through closed doors?
It just, I don't know.
I opened them.
Yes, it will.
Okay.
Cool. Get back in there, Clyde. Where you going?
So can I see
And you're summer right now, right?
I am.
Is the AoE when you land? Is it at your destination or is it where you leave from?
So according to my little dealy bob, it says that
hostile immediate.
No. So the it says, where is it? Face step. Oh my gosh. It's something like I get within 5 feet. I can direct it. What?
Is that how is it?
Let's see. It says, Summer. Immediately after you use your phase step, each creature of your choice that you can see within 5 feet of you takes fire damage equal to your proficiency bonus. So,
you get to choose. Okay.
Yeah. So, I think that
assuming you are not wanting to burn either the Marshal or Bell.
No, and I think that it's more of a kind of that thing where privileged folks like just doesn't really care of what's going on. Ideally, if I can see out of the window to sort of position myself in between the two cars, kind of to give the like middle finger to the safety talk, right? Like, and then Callie would throw the fire, like just sort of off into the desert of to give a big middle finger to like safety. I can do whatever. Yeah, like I can do whatever I want, kind of attitude.
So you teleported into the in-between. You did not teleport all the way to the second car.
Correct. And then does Callie see the person above her?
Yeah. Who is actively like, I can't fucking move people. Oh my god. Anyway, he is actively freaking out. Like you can see him making his way down to you right now. Like, and that you just appeared. His eyes are wide, and he goes, and he's gesturing frantically at the fucking thing. It's got loose. It's got loose. Grab it.
Grab it. Oh, you've just made this so much easier for me. So, Callie.
Stop it.
Which way is left?
Dude is like, no!
Which way is left? Oh, my other left.
Okay.
DM, quick question.
Yeah, what's up?
Before we go any further, when she first blinks ahead, how does the Marshal react?
Good question. Let's see.
Done.
I mean,
Oh,
Callie
this dude. What's up?
I was like, Callie is like, again, she is dressed as nicely as she could to put on this thing. So that's, if that helps.
This is, however, an individual whose suspicion has already been raised.
Okay.
So it's not a 100%. he just kind of he looks at you and like his eyes are narrowed. And he's proceed most quickly. Looking at
and he will kind of almost like talking to himself, his off-turn comment being,
That was rude. We have procedures for a reason.
So if this gentleman is yelling at Callie, I have a +5 to athletics, and I want to try to help.
Okay.
So I don't know. I mean, obviously, I'll roll an athletics check to do this. Do I need to roll a deception check to make it?
What to see if you were doing it on accident? 100%.
Okay, that's
especially because he's saying grab it, not pull it. Like he clearly thinks that it's coming loose because Clyde is invisible and he's just trying to get. He's like, oh shit, if I can get a hold of it so it stops unlatching.
Okay.
He said grab it. He did not say throw it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna roll a deception to make it seem if I didn't hear him correctly.
So this is so awkward because you and Clyde are all in there, but that's fine. It's fun.
It's fine. All right. What's my deception? My deception. Where'd it go? So I have a +7, so.
That's pretty good. That's very good.
That is a nat 20, my friend. So that's a 27 for a deception.
He will, as you go to pull this, regardless of the success or not, he just thinks you are the biggest moron on the planet.
That's fine. So I'm gonna use my action because my face up is a bonus action, so I'm gonna use my action to pull it. So because that will be a third success, correct? Because we need 3.
Yeah, you need 3 to successfully unhook it.
Okay. Oofta. 19 plus 5. 24.
Oops. Chunk. Releases. Immediate, very Western swearing of oh fuck, oh god, oh shit.
I think Callie is, as she's pulling on it, she goes, "Is this the way that I'm supposed to? Oh no!"
"Oh no!" Rippling arms as she manhandles the bar back in place.
Breaks the lever off. Oh, fuck.
Is it supposed to be doing this?
All right. Is that it for your turn?
Yes. Yes, because John's not with me, so.
Nope. John is very relaxed, puffing his cigar back there with his 10 initiative. So the goons,
especially after being refused hopo,
are just kind of. I mean, they're just mostly like he told them mostly just to chill. So, like one had kind of stood up and is just kind of leaning on the seat, but for the most part they're staying. I don't think that they would quite have noticed that they had lost the back half of the train yet, as it is still in close proximity. The train guy, however, is desperately like screaming. I will say like his yelling and stuff has gotten the attention of at least the people close to him. And these guys are starting to like run to are beginning to run to investigate. This guy is here.
With that deception, can I be like just crying, like fully, like I've messed up, I've done it again. Having a panic attack.
Sure. This dude basically drops, like comes running, like walking down the wall, like at a run. That's a very full square. That's a very full square. As he like lands like half on top of Callie, who he can see, and then there's something else getting up under his feet because Clyde is also there, but invisible. And he just like lands and immediately like slams back into this door, right here, actually. And just the train's uncoupled. Everybody get either out somehow and back this way. That is going to be their turns. Alistair.
Well, I guess on that note, that's changed a bit. I'm going to stick with.
You did say you were holding your action, so you could have released that at any point if you so chose.
No, my conditions were never met. But I will just go ahead and do that, I suppose, because we're out here for one guy, not all these other guys. I just need to make sure he's within range from right here. Oh yeah.
How many people does Otto's target?
Just one. I misspoke when I said I'm gonna hit everybody.
I thought Otto's was multi-target.
I did as well. It's just one apparently.
Oh, okay.
I think there might be a version of it that's AoE.
That's true.
But I am within 30 feet, so I'm just gonna hit a fucking sick harmonica lick. And
okay, you did say you wanted to subtle spell it though, correct?
yes.
Okay.
But I'm still hitting the sick harmonica lick. And subtle spell it just so it doesn't have any other magical components that can be counterspelled. And then I'm going to use my reaction to take a d8 away from his save.
Hell yeah.
Okay, what kind of save is that?
It's a wisdom saving throw, DC 18.
DC 18 wisdom. Let's see.
He's going to be taking 3 away from it.
3. Okay. That's minus 3. So, what did I say? Okay. DC 18, you said?
Mm-hmm.
So, unfortunately, that's an 11 on the D20. So he does not save. However, he does use his singular legendary resistance to succeed.
Damn. Okay. I'm chilling. I'm gonna stay exactly where I'm at.
Okay.
Before I do that, what's my window situation right beside me?
I mean, you have a window.
Easily evacuated from. Should I so choose?
Mean, you could jump out of it for sure.
Okay, perfect.
Or if you have spider climb, I suppose you could climb out of it and just like walk on it or whatever. Or you could just try to like manhandle your way on the outside.
I don't. I'm just gonna yeet out. Not right now, but
okay.
Not right now, but when the time comes.
Ow. All right, Clyde.
Oh, it's on me. I see this guy's leaving. This other chump.
This door's been thrown open. He's warning the people in the car. Pandemonium. People are like these people, like the two that are still here are beginning to like, oh my god, they're screaming. The goons are all like, the rest of his posse are all freaking out. They're starting to jump to their feet. You are invisible though.
I am invisible, but I doubt I'm gonna stay that way for long because this got spicy. So in this first half second, are we doing like a kind of thing, or is it
what kind of thing?
Are the two trains just kind of?
Yeah, they are in this first few seconds. It is slowly pulling apart, but momentum, is keeping it from just going. Like there wasn't somebody throwing the brake as you finished uncoupling it.
I got you.
So there was an immediate gap. There was not an immediate gap.
All right. In that case, what I am going to do. It's a very tough choice between these two things because I don't know what's going to happen in the next little while here. So I am going to wiggle inside past this guy while invisible.
You're going to move past?
Yeah, and then go up into this wall and jump over
Like
this.
climbing up on it? Okay.
Yeah, and then jump over that guy to the back of this chair.
Okay.
And then really randomly out of nowhere, this whole room is going to just have a sourceless bright light which will manifest itself into a barrel that is exploding as I shoot this dude in the back of the head with the flame brand revolver.
Okay.
So I guess that's with advantage.
Yeah, I mean you're invisible, so that first
sharpshooter.
shot. Advantage.
That is an 18 and a 20.
A natural 20 or
Yeah.
a 20? That's gonna hit.
So that's the most fun you could ever have with a new weapon.
Oh, I'm not gonna. Whoops.
What's that?
I use his legendary for no reason, but it's fine.
Did you say it was an elf?
Yes.
Okay.
Also, I don't know if Otto's is actually a charm or not. It was something else entirely, but that also might have been it.
I don't think so.
Okay. Were there any special crit rules in this?
No.
Okay, so that's 8.
Y'all are already
11,
doing enough damage. I was not about to go. Yeah, max
16.
damage crits. Fuck that.
32, 42. Sorry, this is going to be a little bit of a long turn because I need to make sure that these bonuses are correct. That's 53 points of damage with the first shot.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
ow.
It's 48 plus 46 plus 11.
Oh my.
11.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, you
sharpshooter.
What was that? I saw. Okay, but we'll probably on break, so I'll double check what that conversation was because I
Where
missed it.
sharpshooter, is it a 1-to-1 ratio for damage or 1-to-2 ratio for attack bonus to damage?
1 to 2.
I don't believe that was actually ever discussed. I don't think it got brought up.
It was because
for
I
this
have it
campaign.
as well.
So it's
Yes.
it's either plus 11 or
the
plus
same-
8.
It's the same damage conversion as regular, which is usually -5 to +10, but it
minus
is
3 plus.
minus your proficiency plus twice your proficiency.
I don't recall this conversation, but we will roll with it for now.
Okay.
So,
So 53 on the first attack
okay.
or first hit. And then a regular attack. We're going back with the offhand attack. It is 19 hit.
19 misses because even though it didn't cause it to miss, he did throw up shield.
Okay.
And on that second attack, it does deflect off of the shield, and so he's still kind of reeling forward from that.
And then back with his second primary attack. That's a 19 on the die plus 5 for 24. Does that hit?
24 will make it past the shield.
Okay. So that is an additional 4, 4, 8, 8, 16, 17, 18. 18 plus 11 for another 29.
Jesus fucking Christ. All right.
And then just because this is all happening right now, we're gonna do the fighter thing and action surge.
Fantastic.
So 22, does that hit?
What did I say?
19.
No,
you said?
that just misses.
Just misses. Okay,
Yep.
and then the offhand, or is it just 2 attacks? You said I don't get an offhand attack.
No, you're not getting your full extra round.
Okay. It's 24 hit. You said, right?
24 does hit, yes.
Okay. So that is 6 plus 6, 6 or 12 plus another 4, 16 plus 8 is 24 plus 11, so
35.
35.
Ow.
That I will.
Just fucking a couple of the one. I think just one of the shots being deflected by his shield is reeling, kind of turning to the side. Okay, is that it for your turn?
He'll glance between the two jackasses in the seats next to him. Tell him, get out the fucking door.
Okay. Fucking hell. All right. Hell of a turn.
And then he'll hop back down into this chair after firing those shots.
All right. Okay. John, fuck's sake.
John, will move towards here, acting as if in like a panic from the gunshot. Act like he's just sprinting straight forward. What is John's? Also, what is his movement speed? That's probably important. I got the. He has a 40-foot fly speed, apparently. Okay. So. I guess
he can fly? How's he flying?
He's hovering.
Flaps his arms really.
He's got god powers. God let
I'm
him
on
fly.
That king shit. I can fly.
God let him fly, not God.
So I mean, I will hover him. Here you go. He can fly if he is hovering.
Then he's gonna let me check that again. Oh fuck no. Okay, I was gonna have him hold the door. He's got a -3 strength.
I'm holding it. Well, it's currently flung open.
Well, yeah, he was gonna object interact, shut it, and then. Right. But I guess it also opens in, so. I guess if we're boogalooing, we're boogalooing. He's gonna try to stab him.
He's gonna try to stab him. Okay.
Yeah, he is going to use his well, quote unquote stab. It's his bite ability.
He's gonna try to shank him.
Yeah, he's gonna stab him with his arm blades.
Alright.
Where the fuck? God damn it, D&D Beyond. I don't know why I'm saying D&D Beyond. It's my fault. I closed my character sheet, so I don't have the dice available. 1 second. It's a classic Chris L. 19.
Do be like that. 19 misses, pings off of his shield.
Shit.
As he's still kind of glancing over at Clyde and looks down at John as well, and he definitely that fucking barrage of shots hurt. But seeing Clyde, he just kind of sneers at him. He's still gasping a bit in pain, so he doesn't say anything.
He just should have helped me up.
All right, is that be it for John?
I think that's all John can do.
Can John
waits with the detonator.
Sarabelle?
I mean, John would have been like, shit's going down, but
okay. So Sarabelle would know that it's still a bit, or like the train is not on the tracks to blow yet, but you know that they should be very close. At this timing, anyway. I figure John has been keeping her, like, we have not slowed down. Like, we are on schedule.
You know, okay. In John speak. Yeah, we're coming.
That brings us to the bottom of the round. That is where we will go ahead and take our break. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. And just a quick refresh beverages and refresh ourselves. I need to go get somewhere that is not boiling hot. I need to cool off because holy shit, I'm starting to sweat. But we'll be right back. So you refresh yourself as well, but leave your Twitch, leave your computer, leave this screen where it is right now because we'll be right back. Bye. Hello, everybody. It is
Howdy.
us again. Howdy. Yeah, that should probably how I stay on theme. Rewind. Howdy, partners. How are you all doing today? Okay, but we are back again. Us, me, Cowboy God, as per Yeehaway. I don't know. I alternate. I like having God in the title, but then Yeehaway just tickles my funny bone as just to say out loud. But anyway, I'm the DM. The most important title of this here campaign. That is the second part of that being Whispers in the Dust. Here being Hard Night Dice on Twitch or a YouTube eventually once this is a YouTube video. But anyway, we got things happening. The first half of our session, our party have begun. I was about to say robbing a train. They're not robbing a train. They are attempting to crash the front section of it that held a marshal of the Arcane Commerce Consortium, who their erstwhile boss, Desmond Sinclair, sent them to murder the fuck out of, with hopefully without making it, without there being a big pointing neon arrow at him. It's gone mostly pretty well. They have unhooked the train before the train finished being unhooked by a deceptive Callie who went oops and finished unlatching the train, and it's totally fine, but combat was joined. Clyde unleashing a barrage upon the marshal, who was able to block some of the attacks with a quick shield spell. Most of them finding their mark through, tearing him up, and it's a time. John tried to stab him, failed. There's a lot of people in a very narrow area.
Fireball.
I'm sorry, when I get nervous, my voice is very my mouth gets very dry. But that's where we find ourselves as shit has officially hit the fan. The cars are disconnected, so they will begin to slowly drift apart, and to very quickly drift apart if someone throws the e-brake. And that being said, this is where we're going to pop ourselves back into initiative, with Miss Bell at the top. Miss Bell, gunshots have been fired off. There is yelling. You have definitely heard all this shit.
You definitely heard the gunshots.
You've definitely heard the gunshots and like it is and probably the frantic yelling and screaming of the train watcher who's jumped down and is like, fucking train's been like, this car's been disconnected, fucking move, to everybody that's up there, which, man, it really fucking blows to be the train conductor at the front of the train, because
Do you know who else is screaming, DM?
Who?
Geist, because he's just a staff member and people are
Geist.
shooting.
Geist is screaming.
Oh, DM, where's the e-brake in the car that Bell's in?
We're gonna use airplane like emergency exit rules, and we're gonna say it's by this window.
I'm sorry, can you show me one more time?
Is where
in the
God's
middle of the car?
flashlight is.
Okay.
It's about midway down. They place them in about the middle of the cars so that they're equidistant if people are in either way. They do the whole thing where they go, you're sitting in the e-brake row. Do you are you okay with that? Like, they do the whole thing.
Okay. So I can't see without my glasses. Okay. So she's gonna run over there. I said escape. No, not that escape. Stop doing the thing. And she's gonna haul on the e-brake. Oh, I'm sorry, I lost everybody.
I think you're muted, Ian.
I am muted. That's right. My bad. I muted myself so I could drink tea.
Hold on me.
I've sabotaged myself. But yeah, no, yeah, you come running over there. I mean, the thing is, so while, you know, it's very difficult to uncouple the things, this is meant to be used in an emergency. So if you intentionally haul on it, it will work.
And as she's hauling on it, she's like, "Oh my goodness, it is going on." Just in case.
Oh,
She's
my.
still trying to keep her cover on. Oh, seems like an emergency.
Oh, golly me. Okay. Well,
Come and go.
so this is exciting. So Callie and this dude are both kind of standing in this area. And it suddenly lurches apart. I need a dexterity saving throw from both Callie and my dude here. He has spider climb boots. I'll roll anyway for funsies. He could be dislodged as he's in his haste.
If we shoot that guy off the top, someone should definitely loot those boots.
Is it a dexterity?
Hey, what about the
saving
ones
throw?
on all of the ones that are stopped?
What was that?
It's a saving throw.
Yeah, dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
So yeah, so you do get your bonus. So you don't happen to consider this poor fella your ally, do you?
No. I rolled a 17 on the die plus 7, so 24.
24. You easily enough save. With a 24, you get to choose which side you go to. Are you staying to the side that had the e-brake thrown, or are you staying to the side where that is now trundling onwards?
I'm gonna stay trundling onwards, mostly to provide in this deception of like, I don't know what's going on. Oh my god, like I'm gonna try to ride my deception check a little bit of because of this marshal.
Okay, so you're staying on the side that is not going towards the bridge. Is what you said. I'm sorry. I might have misheard you.
Well,
Safe side or danger side?
Yeah, safe side or danger side.
a safe side of I've taken this step. I still have. If I need to get into the danger side, I think I have some things
you may. Do. The immediate e-brake. I mean, this train is moving at speed and throwing that e-brake on, and this one going. I'm gonna say immediately opens a gap of 30 feet.
Okay. Yeah.
So, as it screeches and the train begins to go travel on. All right. And you're good. Dude rolled a 3 on his save.
Even with a 4, a +4.
It wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
I mean, it might have said it. It might not have mattered. It probably wouldn't have. But he was straddling. He falls backwards, tumbles underneath, goes under the car that you guys are currently e-braking. He's gone.
But the boots though.
I mean, y'all will have to look for them underneath the train.
Probably like half a mile back.
Yeah, because y'all are still moving. Just and that gap is immediately widening. Is that all for your turn, Belle? You've thrown the e-brake. You've gone. Oh dear me! Something appears to be afoot. Like.
I'm just gonna kind of look around the car. What do I see around the car? Anything? Anybody? Any?
I mean,
like
gunshots have happened.
Yeah.
It's like people, and you just threw the e-brake. People are still in like the ones that did not go backwards are in confusion. People get thrown around. Actually, you make a dexterity saving throw for me as well, because I mean you're not you're not about to get tumbled out.
Because I knew what I was doing, so I would have braced myself.
You brace yourself, sure. Why not? a good jump.
Okay, so that's
Hell yeah.
2 plus 7, 21.
21. You keep your feet easily. Other people not so lucky. Some of them that were like sitting on this side, like getting thrown across, or people like it's a bad scene. This guy gets thrown, falls through this door into the cabin.
We told y'all to go get refreshments.
That guy was the dude who was working on top of the train.
Oh, I mean, I'm not upset about it because I don't want to get shot by them. So, I'm making an assumption, and I want to check that with you, DM. I'm thinking like old time movies where you'd have to like hold on to it the whole time because that's what's applying the pressure, or is it like once it's thrown, and you can walk away?
I think a lot of them had like the little clamp thing.
Yeah.
That you. And
I'll say
you release
you can throw it and leave it. I'm not about to say you have to use every turn to just sit there holding on to it. So you've thrown it.
Okay.
It's locked in place.
Okay. Well, in that case, let me check the thing. In that case, I am gonna use my movement to go back to the door. Was that my action or my object interaction?
That was your. I will say, considering it was throwing the e-brake on the train, it takes intention. I'll say, like, since it's like if you try to open up the emergency exit on a plane,
sure.
I'll say it costs your action. Yeah.
Okay.
You saw bonus.
No, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely fair. What?
Oh, and I forgot. I totally forgot. Where's Gus?
I'm not a rogue. I can't do things on my bonus action that I thought I could. I
think Gus is with you, so
yeah, you know what? I'm gonna sit tight for the moment. Yeah, because I used up all my movement and I used my action. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit tight with keeping my eyes on that door between us and the danger car. And watching for my friends.
All righty. Okay, ending your turn. That is going to bring us to the marshal.
I'm sorry. One last thing. So I have the whip of warning. Like, so if I'm in danger, it should alert me. Am I in danger, Will Robinson, or?
I will say, like, with your disposition, I mean, the whip.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not
going
to
say dangerous
overall.
I'd say it's hard. It can't exactly judge. It's like this is a dangerous area. And I say that your personage will be in danger. Like, probably.
Got it. Yeah. So I knew that was trying to stretch it, but I thought I'd ask anyway, just in case. Sorry.
Right. Okay. And then your turn. That will bring us to him. I need to double check something. What an absolute clusterfuck you guys have created for me. What did I say? I said it was about a 30. It went ahead and opened up about a 30-foot gap.
Yes, sir.
He was gonna look over his shoulder to his goons. God damn! Like this is a shit-tastic situation, isn't it? And he's gonna say, jerks a thumb at Clyde. Get the cat. And he is gonna use his action. Better to overshoot than undershoot. He's gonna cast Dimension Door and blink. Oh no! I put him on top of the train because I wasn't thinking. Well, you know what? That's fine because he's going over here. And just blinks Dimension Doors all the way. Oh, whoops! That's not him. That's him. To there. That door would be shut. That door just got slammed open. The door would swing shut. But Dimension Doors to the opposite end of that train car. Cannot do that because that is an action. I'll say the rest of you do see him speaking. Bell, you hear. He's not gonna immediately. Whatever the word is, I'm thinking of onto the fact that you are part of this group.
Suspect.
Yeah, you're not a suspect necessarily. But he does say that, ladies and gentlemen, there are brigands accosting the train. Please stay down. As you see him kind of throw open his jacket, revealing that he has 2 sets of revolvers, one up near his ribs, one on his hips. And he does have a hunting rifle that he actually does not unsling, but it is like in like a holster on his back as well.
Can Bell fake faint in response to him?
Falling prone can be a free action, sure. Like you can just do that.
Yeah, I just fall into the seat. Brigands.
Which he does, and he also does direct that down at the dude in front of him, because they are, also supposed to protect trains. Ending his turn, this is gonna bring us to Geist. Geist, you are now, there's now a 30-foot gap between you and the safe train, or safe section of train.
And,
I could probably try to do this a little better. I'm scared of deleting all of the monologues.
And 5 dudes.
Yep, you see those guys behind have now been alerted. They're aware that this is very not good. And you can already hear they've called up to the train conductor. But that person is going to take them a second to recognize what's going on.
And Alistair, Jesus Christ.
Yep. You and Alistair and John are still here. And Klein.
Yeah, half the fucking party for whatever reason. Has Alistair made any motions to get up, or is he still sitting in this chair?
I'm still sitting, playing our harmonica.
He subtle spelled, so technically the dude felt the spell try to affect him, but he doesn't know who cast it. So currently the only hostile he knows for certain is Clyde. And the little fucking gremlin.
And we are 3 rounds away from the bridge now?
How fast do we think trains go? Because we said that it needed to be under half a mile. How fast?
A quick Google search said something to the tune of 55 miles an hour.
55 miles an hour.
I don't know if that's
y'all needed to be under half a mile away. So how long does it take for a train going 55 miles an hour to travel?
We are not in math class, Ian.
I based my third
5 rounds. There you go.
I based my statement on the fact that we said we started all this when we were about 30 seconds away.
So we're 2 rounds in.
4 rounds.
Or 2 rounds in, so that's what I was saying.
Y'all's car also needed enough time to stop. Was part of the thing. Y'all needed, which y'all would stop a little faster considering, not the front of the train, but y'all had to time it so that the front half guaranteed get there, so we'll say 5 rounds. Whatever, fuck it, that works.
So 5 rounds now or 5 rounds when we started?
5 rounds now.
Jesus Christ. Okay. How are we supposed to keep these motherfuckers in here for 5 rounds?
The marshal, the guy you were told to assassinate, has already dimension doored away to the safe car.
Right, but we need no surviving members of his staff. So
this car is going fairly quickly.
Clyde, I am aware that you can teleport through things and all that. Am I aware of Alistair's ability to teleport through things?
I don't have an ability to teleport through things.
This man's about to jump out the fucking window.
Oh.
I believe is what you inferred, right? Jones?
Yeah. Me and Agatha are just sitting in the seat enjoying the ride at the moment.
Alice said, I'm not afraid to get hurt. This is fine.
This is too fun.
Yeah. You know that the train cannot stop in time at this point to not, it will get on the bridge. That is how y'all timed it, so that it didn't matter, even if they threw the brake, they would not make it onto the bridge. Or they couldn't avoid not making it onto the bridge.
But I did not see where he teleported to though, right?
Make a free perception check.
Yeah, I did not.
You did? What'd you roll? 2
on the dice.
2. You just know he disappeared, and you are not familiar enough with exact arcane spells that you could have gone anywhere.
All right. I am going to use. I need that to stop. There we go. Wait, no. There we go. Can I see that dude that's up there on the?
I'd say yeah. You can look up and see him. You can see him barely like. He's probably down on one knee from where it jerked down, and he dropped. And by the grace of his sticky boots, he did not meet the same fate as his companion of, falling.
Gotcha.
He rolled like a 21 on his save, so he made it.
All right, bonus action to teleport 60 feet using my cards.
To the front? Oh no, that was Clive. Okay. I saw somebody measuring 60 feet, and I was like, what the fuck is going on here? It's a weird place to go. Okay, you're teleporting where?
There.
On the top of the train?
Yes, I'm not trying to out myself to our target as an obvious member of the enemy party yet.
Okay. Can you teleport to a place you can't see?
Yes.
What is the wording on the deck?
As a bonus action, you can expend 1 charge to throw a card from the deck to an unoccupied. Oh, how to have line of effect.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how the fuck is the card getting there?
Yep. Well, I guess just to shit. That kind of fuck. Great, now I can't see anything at all. Oh, because the doors. Oh, because I was looking at the wrong thing. I guess I will go 5 foot like a pedestrian.
5 foot like a pedestrian? To where?
I'm trying to get more to. Oh god, I did not mean to be on top of the fucking train.
Okay, you currently
into the next car.
You cannot. It is 30 feet away. E-brake got thrown a gap immediately.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I'm currently debating whether to potentially fuck all where the model placement is up to see if I can move the car.
That's what the confusion was. I was like, that's what the confusion was cognitive dissonance on the map. I was like, I don't get it. What? Okay, yeah. In that case, using a card, flicking it.
Flicking it to where Callie's at.
Yeah.
Flick a card.
I will be. Shit. No, it won't be. I will. God, this is so fucked.
You know, I think it's hilarious. Yeah. John can just kind of walk out and then just float up away from the train. He's like, man, that's not my problem. Woo! I'm out of here. What's up, buddy? You've teleported across. You and Callie are sharing a very precarious position of there is screeching death in front of you, and
so order of operations will be action, pop smoke on the guys so that they will be blinded. bonus action, get to where Callie is, movement and object interaction, get into that train car.
You popped smoke, so do you cast fog cloud?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw one of my orbs.
To where?
The place I was measuring to a second ago.
You do realize how fog cloud works, right? Oh, you're throwing it up there.
Yeah, he's leaving it in the car.
Yeah, I'm trying to block off the other dudes. So,
yeah.
Fog cloud there, bonus action blink, movement and object interaction to get into the next train car. I can't open. Oh wait, I can.
Right.
Or I can request permission to open the door.
Yeah, you can ask. Door is open.
Object.
Yep.
So I'm gonna show my distance, apparently 5, 10, 15, 20. Once I'm in here, who are these folks?
I mean, you see a lot of people who are fucking look frightened and confused because they heard they heard gunshots, fucking like some very muffled yelling of that dude at the front. Bell ran over and slammed the brake and said,
But these guys,
something bad is going on. Like,
these guys back here,
guy teleported in and said, you know, they're fucking brigands trying to take over the train. So you see a bunch of people freaking out, and the marshal and this guy looking towards you, like, are looking in your like direction because they were looking towards where you came from.
Okay, which I can't remember the models. Which of these is the marshal? I see a bunch
Marshal's
of
in the back.
dudes in here.
The marshal's the dude
He's
in
the
like
cop.
is the cop looking guy.
Marshall's the cop.
Okay,
This is the train.
and
The
then
train
who
watcher.
is train watcher, cop, and he said this guy with the staff is looking too.
No, all these guys are passengers that are like fucking confused and scared.
Yeah, that was the model that was wiggling when you said this guy.
I was trying to fix
is
him because
watching.
he started floating. Sit in the chair. There we go. He got thrown across. That's what happened.
25, 30. Don't have any weapons out, just move in, you know. Ah!
All right.
It's action
You did
bonus.
somehow
movement.
managed to cross a gap. I mean, you know, maybe you know a little magic. Who knows? But you made it.
Callie
across.
blinked, so.
Yeah. All right, so that's you. Anything else for your turn, guys?
No.
Nope.
Hold on. Before we proceed further. Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay. Callie, that does bring us to your turn. Fucking train is it? You managed to avoid a grisly death. Dude standing next to you did not. Geist comes fucking blinking across. It goes in. He's screaming. Question mark. And he goes running in.
Callie will move 30 feet into. Come on, thing. What's happening here? I've lost myself. I will move 30 feet into, or I guess not quite 30 feet, but like
Kind of come up behind Geist, or like into one of the. Okay.
like into one of these dealy bobs. I don't want to give anything away, aside and from. He already knows I'm magic, but you know this is your Cryptia doll, so I think I'm going to tuck myself down and as a bonus action cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Mm-hmm.
So that will buff my AC. So I gotta write that down before I forget. So I currently have AC of 15. And just can I use my action to roll a deception check so that this guy doesn't think that I had anything to do with it?
I mean, yeah, you can definitely roll.
Okay. Deception, 15 plus 7, so 22.
Give him an insight at disadvantage because you're not super on his radar. Yeah, he does not seem to be looking your way. He is staring down. You see staring down, still kind of calling out. He's talking to the guy in front of him.
Right. My intention of using my action to roll deception is so that I was just an annoyance. Like,
for sure.
That's really like he might have clocked a little bit of something, but it's like, oh, she's just a privileged girl from Aristicia, and she has magic. Whoop-de-doo. Kind of vibe. So that's action, bonus action, movement. So that is my turn.
Righty. Ending your turn. That brings us to the goons.
Oh no!
So I saw the conversations happening in the chat. They do go before Alistair. So.
Hell yeah.
They don't plan on just sitting there.
Fog. Oh no, let's die in this train.
You were the one that just lit up their boss, and currently are the only 100% confirmed hostile. They come rolling out.
Maybe they have bad object permanence and just forget that everything outside the fog cloud exists. No. Okay.
He actually comes out probably Tahir sees you, already has a revolver out, and goes to fire a couple shots at you.
This is gonna be bad, fellas. Roll me out the back of this train,
That's an 18 on the first one.
Yeah.
And a 17 on the second.
Both of them hit.
Both of those hit.
Shield.
Oh yeah, I got that.
11.
Counterspell.
15 damage on the first shot.
Okay.
Don't forget your armor reduction.
And 20 damage on the second.
Ooh.
Yep.
Don't forget your armor reduction. Ooh, Lord.
That's one.
Only 3 more to go.
Yeah.
4 more to go.
Only 4 more to go.
Yeah. I don't think Clyde's walking out of this one.
This dude comes clambering over.
I will say they probably would have seen John take a swing at their boss.
They saw him ping. He took one stab and it pinged off of his shield. Clyde shot the fuck out of their boss. He's also gonna take 2 shots.
Mm-hmm.
That D20 went into the nether.
That's
First shot, only a 9.
Hey!
Second shot's a 19.
That definitely hits. The armor class to beat's a mighty 15.
9. 13 damage on the shot that does hit.
All right.
Doo-doo.
We're at under half already with 73 hit points.
Jesus fucking Christ. Woo, boy! It's the Wild West, fellas. With the harmonica, kind of comes over. When I say it costs 15 feet of movement to get over from where he was at. 15. He's actually gonna kind of come over until he's standing. Oh. God damn it! Why won't they sit in those chairs? Comes clambering over and fires immediately over as well.
So watch my shoes; they are Gucci.
Alice was like, damn, this is crazy, dog. 22.
22 to hit or 22 damage?
25. 22 to hit and a 25 to hit.
All right.
Oh, God. 20 points of damage.
All right.
Ooh. Okay, that one was a lot less. 12 points of piercing.
Oh hell yeah! All right, we're still up.
We're still up, baby.
We're still up.
But I hope if you are up that you've got that second wind on deck, my man.
I mean, Unless that other guy does something else, or there's 2 more guys, right?
Yep.
Yeah. No, I don't think I'm gonna make it past the next guy, but we'll see.
20. That kind of has to occupy the space, so he'll have to kind of come over here to the side. The fucking chairs are fucking me up. Yeah, they just come out swinging, man. 18.
Yeah, I'm down. I got 3 hit points left.
Second shot is a 20 to shoot John,
Yeah.
I suppose.
Fuck John.
He's
Oh
down.
no, is John not gonna get the message off? Oh no, John, you fucked around.
John has telepathy. That can be instantaneous. That can be the same as words on his turn. It also rolled really shit at fucking 10 points of damage.
He's down.
What?
It's fine, familiar.
Oh. It's not homunculus stat block.
Homunculus stat block is 5 hit points.
Well. All right.
But that just blows off John's head.
John's like, I'm gonna stab you. Boom. These guys come. It's like, oh my god, they merged. This dude's come clambering over. He basically is gonna double move to get, like, to do all kinds of shenanigans to get over here, past all his buddies. As far as they know, the one hostile they saw is down, and this train is decoupled from the other one. They're still yelling over their shoulder, like, pull the brake, pull the brake. That's their turns. Oh wait, no, that brings our train watchers on the roof. This dude is, I really don't know what this dude is gonna do. He's on the wrong train. There's a dude on the roof of this train car. You know, he doesn't know that y'all are about to blow up the bridge, so he turns 15, 20, 25, 30. This dude hauls ass over and is trying to help the train conductor, like yelling at him, like, to also pull the e-brake, pull the e-brake. I guess this guy's gonna climb down and is sitting there. You know what? He's gonna fake. How helpful is he thinking? This guy is that dude climbed down, and he is encouraging people to jump. Like, is reaching out towards the unsafe train. Everybody else is kind of moving across. This guy drops down. They don't know what's going on. This guy's gonna come moving up here. These guys are confused. Now it's Alistair's turn.
All right. Well, I got an unconscious Clyde in the seat in front of me, and I got a dead fucking John in front of me as
He's
well.
outright dead. That's double his hit points.
And you said this guy appears yelling over a
Hey,
space
he's like,
to jump.
yeah, he's like, I'll catch you. It's a 30-foot gap. Like, he doesn't know what else to do.
In that case, I'm gonna just squeeze through these guys because they're not hostile to me right now, right?
They do not know that you are a hostile. They got the one guy they saw shooting down and are running over to see what happened to their boss when he teleported. Like they look like they have now looked to make sure that the person that they're supposed to be taking orders from is okay.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna get right about here first, and as I squeeze by, I'm just gonna say, "Excuse me, gentlemen, I have a train to catch," and I'm gonna get past all of them.
What do you mean? Where? Huh?
And then what level is this spell? Third, 30-foot cube. So that should get all of them.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can definitely target that. Yeah, to hit them.
All these guys right here. And
Hypnotic
I'm
pattern.
going to hypnotic pattern, subtle spells, just hitting a note. When he asks, "What do you mean?" I'm just gonna do a little ditty and hit a sick lick.
Do
on
a
the
little
harmonica.
ditty and hit the gritty. You know?
Exactly.
Hell yeah. All right, what's the, and that's a DC 18. Let's see,
Yeah,
so we're going to
18
do
wisdom.
5 of those. Fail.
And I'll use my reaction on this turn to give the guy closest to me minus a d8.
Okay, so we'll go from back to front. We'll go ahead and roll that.
Yeah, roll it.
So that guy's failed. This guy's failed. So fail.
Minus
Rolling
3
for
again.
this guy. Fail. Jesus Christ. This guy. Oh, natural 20. This guy succeeds. This guy is your -3, right?
Yep.
Fails. So the only guy that succeeds is the nat 20. Which, if it makes you feel better, he would have succeeded. If you had put it on the nat 20 guy, he would have still succeeded. Barely, but he would have still succeeded.
Sick. And I chose the right one.
That good. The -3 does fail, so I'm gonna torch them so I don't forget.
So all of those guys are incapacitated.
Torch. Yeah, they are all looking up at the pretty colors.
Okay.
Or however you choose to flavor that spell.
Yeah, that's fine. Excuse me. Just for the sake of getting my turn over with so I don't choke to death, I'm gonna just use my bonus action to turn to these two. I'm gonna give a quick glare at Clyde's unconscious, bullet-riddled body. You two probably hop off the train. It's safer that way. Go. And if you'll let me do like a bonus like persuasion check or something for them to jump off the train.
Sure. By all means, these guys currently are freaking out. They're like, holy shit, what just happened? What is going on here? Like, this just turned into fucking hellfire.
Natural 19 on the dice for a 30 total.
They both snap out of their like shock and are like, all right, and okay. They appear to be shuffling like they're gonna try to either. They saw what happened to the dude who fell under the wheels. They're probably gonna try their back out the window.
If they jump out of a moving train at 50 miles an hour, they will die.
This train's about to start slowing down some.
People jump out of cars and live. It's fine.
I don't know, with 4 hit points.
Very few people on this continent have 4 hit points.
Oh.
If they came to this continent with 4 hit points, they're probably dead. But there's probably some of them on here. I actually didn't decide what each of these people were. They're probably a little more. They're like an extra beefy commoner. They've got like 10 hit points. Like,
I was about to say they hit that 10 standard.
They're over here like, we're gonna go to this place that kills a ton of people. A lot of people die here. Very high in turnover. Great job market. Always hiring. Is that it for you, Alistair?
Yep, that's it for my turn.
All right, Clyde. You are unconscious and stable because of your wound closure amulet. Nice.
Living my best life.
Woo! John is dead.
John died in the middle this time.
I did not expect him to be that squishy. I thought Homunculus had a little more health than that. I was like,
no, unless you want to give him some more health.
Holy shit, no. Poor fella. Does his body stick around by any chance, or does it like dissolve or anything? So he leaves like an actual corpse. Gross. Good. All right, that's gonna bring us back to the top of the initiative to Bell, and we're gonna go and say train another 30 feet. There's now a 60-foot gap between danger car and car that is slowing down. The other one is about to also start slowing down, but you know, gap's already formed.
Just to confirm a rule, like I have to, like, bonus action has to come after action, right?
You can go in whatever order you want.
So, case, I'm a cast Hail of Thorns, 2nd level.
Hail of Thorns.
No.
I'm thinking about it.
No, I was like,
he wants to counterspell you.
I do. I want to counterspell somebody.
I'm faded on the couch behind him.
Yeah, but he is on high alert. So, like I said, we'll give it a dice roll to see if he notices in time and or thinks that is worth counterspelling. High, low. High. He either doesn't immediately react to that being enough of a threat. He does not counterspell your Hail of Thorns.
Okay, so there's that. And then how? All right, now I hope I didn't just waste that for no reason. So he is here. How far away? I can't get 40 feet away from him, can I?
You specifically? I mean, you can shoot him from where you're standing.
Wait. I know, but it's a ranged. It has to be ranged, right?
I mean, you're ranged right now. As long as you're not within 5 feet of a hostile, it won't.
Oh. Okay. Well, in that case, I will pull out a revolver and shoot him.
All right. You can. Whoops. Sorry, I moved Gus.
I was about to say, don't put Gus within 5 feet of him until after she's done shooting.
Yeah. Well, she's not shooting the guy in the front. I assume she's shooting the guy,
the marshal. Yeah.
The marshal. So you're shooting him back here. So roll that attack.
Okie dokie, artichoke. Oh dear. Okay. Hang on. Wasn't good. I don't like being blind too. Okay. The yada 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 blah blah blah. Yeah. That's 16.
That's a 16 total?
Yeah.
You fire. Does the AoE still go off, or how does Hail of Thorns work? Is it expended if the shot misses?
It lasts for a minute.
Okay.
So it says the next time you hit a creature with a ranged weapon attack.
Okay. So it's not gone yet. It's still still have it.
I still have it. I just shot at him and missed. And I'm gonna exclaim, "I swear!" and act like I'm just randomly shooting wildly, hysterical.
I really wish you weren't cutting out as much as you were, because I can hear you in real life, and I'm getting a lot more entertainment value out of it, I think, than everybody else does.
You're peeking out really hard.
Oh, I'm sorry. She's gonna, she's calling out, "Fifi, honey, save us! Bandits everywhere! Where are they? Oh my goodness, is it that?" And so then with that hysterical call out to Fifi, the pink ribboned pooch, Gus is not 20 feet away, so he cannot charge, but he can
You still got an extra attack. You can attack a second time with your revolver.
Oh, well, yeah, let me do that. Sorry. No, I was cheating myself. Okay, so that one's better. So that one's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20, unfortunately, does still miss. This time it does cost his reaction, though. As you fire a second time, you do get his attention. You go to you freak out a little bit, and then you level your revolver and aim and fire. And in that time, he goes, "Oh, she's not freaking out." Shield goes up, bullet goes pinging off of it. He definitely knows you are hostile now.
Oh well, oops. Well, you hate that. So if his shield is up, then Gus can't attack him, right?
I mean,
cannot.
Gus can. It just means his AC is higher.
Okay. Well, I mean, Gus is gonna give it a shot. Can Gus back up to get a running start for the 20 feet for a charge?
Gus won't be able to get a charge on him because there's a guy here. So if he wants to get to the marshal, he would have to go around him, or he has to kill that guy first.
Okay. He's convinced and sure that I'm hostile, so having Gus attack the other dude won't convince him otherwise.
You're gonna do what? I'm sorry.
I said, so he's convinced that I'm hostile, so having Gus attack the other guy deliberately won't convince him otherwise.
You just shot a gun at him.
You just shot him, so attacking the other dude is his ally technically.
Okay, yeah.
Because the other guy doesn't work for him, but those guys' jobs is to protect. Like their whole thing is they're supposed to protect the train.
Protect the train. Okay.
Yeah, that is their job.
Yeah. So her ditzy cover is just there's nothing that's going to regain that. So okay, So Gus is just going to maul the.
Is gonna try to charge this guy.
Yeah.
Or is he gonna go? He could go around if you want him to kind of like climb up over the seats. He could attack the marshal.
Yeah, he's gonna attack the marshal.
Okay, so Gus kind of clambers on up over.
Yeah, he's gonna like leap across the tops of the seats and attack the marshal. So, nat 20 plus whatever.
I don't, unless he has an absurdly low bonus. A natural 20 will get through his shield.
Let's see. His bonus is the same as mine. Yeah, right. So yeah.
What is that? What's that damage?
Okay. So that damage is going to be 1d8 plus 2 plus my proficiency bonus.
So 1d8 plus 5, and you either roll 2d8 since it's a crit, or roll the d8 and double it.
Okay.
Do what? I'm sorry.
Oh no! Sorry, that's me. Okay. So you said 2d8 or 1d8? 2d8.
You either roll 2d8 or roll 1d8 and double it. Whichever you prefer.
Two pulled out.
Then go right ahead. I understand.
Okay.
More dice is more click clack.
It was clickety clackety, but it didn't help that much. So it was 5 plus 8, I guess, altogether. So
5 plus 8 altogether.
I mean, sorry, 5 plus 3. So altogether it was just 8. Yeah, it wasn't very much.
Oh, you roll a 1 and a 2? That's rough.
Yep.
Sorry.
It was.
Hey,
not
I mean, hey, every little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't kill my dog. And that's all I got for now, I think.
Okay. And no movement. You don't want to move any farther away.
Oh. Let's do that. Now that you mention it,
Okay.
Since the gig is up on the ditzy thing. Yeah. I'm gonna move back. Is this Geist right here beside me?
That is Geist right there beside you.
Okay. Yeah. I'm like, hey, buddy, and I'm gonna move back. I'm gonna be climbing these things to get back here.
So clambering over those, you get to about like back there.
Yeah, I'll get about there, and then can I have Gus pull back?
Sure.
A little bit, so
he'd be able to get kind of up
10
and back
feet.
over.
Yeah. Okay, so could he get back like to right there, or is that too far?
I'd say so.
Yeah, he's level with Geist then. All right, and now that's it.
Okay, ending your turn. That does bring us to the marshal. He is now aware there is at least one other hostile in this car. He turns, like I said, he's thrown open his jacket. You know, see he does some quick like somatic components in the air. Some runes emerge, like see boom 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 4. And then they float down and seem to mold to the hilts to the grips of his 4 revolvers. And then he makes like an up motion, and they all float up out of their holsters and hang around him. That, and you'll get half cover, Belle, because of where he stood. But you have 4 revolver shots coming your way as he commands all 4 of his revolvers to fire.
Rude.
It's gonna be a 16. I rolled shit.
Nope, because my AC is a 16, so that hits, right?
But you have half cover.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So that bumps it up higher.
I was gonna say, I haven't had cover this whole time that we've played. So I missed the whole.
Second roll's a dirty 20.
Half cover. Oh, okay. Where's the cover? Give me the cover. the cover rules?
You said if your AC is a 16, is your AC? Is that adding your armor bonus, or do you have a magical bonus to your AC aside from your dexterity?
Hang on.
Because your AC should be 10 plus your dex, and then the armor bonus applies as damage reduction. So with half cover.
Yeah, that is the armor with the armor because my dex is only +4. So.
+4. So your AC with half cover is 17.
That's very helpful.
So the first shot.
Well, I guess it is. Yeah.
First shot would have missed. Second shot was a dirty 20. Third shot was an 18.
Okay, hit twice.
And
it
the fourth shot.
From 1.
Do what?
I said it saved me from 1.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Yay.
Every little bit.
2's better than 3.
Last shot is a 24.
Okay, 3's better than 4.
13. 12.
Oh my gosh.
And what did I say? 12, and then 12 again.
Oh.
Remember to take your DR. So if you're wearing studded leather, that's 2 damage off of each of those. So minus 6 to that total. So 12, 12, and what did I say? 13 for the first.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have been 10,
forget,
10, and 11. So 31.
It's +1 studded leather. Does that apply to the DR as well?
I don't think we actually determined. I think kind of the ruling I wanted to make, which I should have discussed more with you guys, is the magical bonus to armor. I would ask to the table. We'll vote on this now. I should have voted on this before. Do you want the +1 to add to the DR, or do you want it to add to your actual armor class?
Okay. I thought it added to armor class. I didn't know if it did both. That's the only reason.
I previously blanket said magical bonuses apply to your armor class, but this, I feel like, since it's to the armor and the armor is giving you DR, I will leave that to the table.
I didn't get any magical armor, and I assumed it applied to both. So.
Yeah, you know what? That's actually fair. It applies to both. It's magic, so you have +1 AC. So your AC is actually 16, so 19 with your half cover. You take -3 to each of those shots. So 3, 6, 9. So you took 9, 9, and 10. So 28 damage total.
Not bad.
I think that's perfectly reasonable.
That's very generous, and it's still ugly on my part. So I'm just gonna be over here curled up in the seat. Don't mind me.
Yeah. That is gonna be his turn. Yeah, because he's still kind of holding strong. He steps. He kind of similarly to how you kind of stepped over. He steps over into this section of seating. I think it's safe to assume that everybody's trying to get some cover from these seats. So I assume y'all are standing like in the gaps between the seats, not on the seats themselves. That is him similarly. That is going to end his turn. That will bring us to Geist.
Okay. Standing like this is one of the train watchers, right? This guy over here.
Yeah, the guy directly in front of you.
That guy behind me is standing on the ledge between cars.
Yeah, that guy is also one of the train watchers. He's not even facing you. He's trying to he doesn't know what to do to help those guys. So he's like, I'll catch you if you jump, which is totally not a realistic expectation, but he doesn't know what else to do. Because he was not down there when he heard that it was bandits. He thinks there was a freak accident or something, so he doesn't know what's going on at this time anyway. He probably just heard some gunshots though, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
And how roughed up does our target look?
Your target, after the hit, the bite from Gus, he looks bloodied.
But it was only after that bite?
Correct.
Oh boy.
He had contingency. So when you laid into him.
We're super fucked if we get sandwiched between a bunch of dudes.
There's currently a ginormous gap between the other train. So unless those dudes can also cast Dimension Door, they can't get to you.
No, I was talking about getting shot in the back by this dude back here. What
are you doing?
The revolvers that are hovering and shooting.
Yep.
Are they like just surrounding him, or are they like moving forward? Like, what's the deal?
They're hovering around him. He has like one up by each, like above his head on each side, and two that are at like shoulder level floating off to each side. They're moving with him.
Julio. All right.
You did see that he cast a spell, so I mean, you could. I mean, you work with the consortium. It is not outside the realm of possibility. You know, he's concentrating on that.
Right. I was determining if getting in melee range would give him disadvantage on attacks.
He's still.
Yeah. Fuck it. I guess I will. Squeeze up. Here. Draw both revolvers. Take my shots.
Okay. Where did you just go? Who are you shooting at? At the marshal?
Yeah. Gonna try and disrupt that concentration again. If it's even fucking concentration.
I said that you figure you saw him actively cast a spell. You figure guys could infer with his involvement with the consortium, probably.
Okay. Well. 19.
19 unfortunately misses because he also currently is getting cover.
A little bit better. I don't know if it'll be in that. Well, a lot better. But I don't know what his base AC is. So.
A 24 is hit
4,
and a 22
5,
missed.
6, 7, 8. A 26. The second
26. Let's say we were getting that medium cover was what was being given here.
I believe so, yeah.
Good God. You said 26?
Yes.
26 still hits on the nose. He still throws up shield, tries to block it. It sneaks in just as the bubble closes around him.
Jesus Christ. Okay. But I'm not getting sneak attack damage because
you moved.
Wasn't shield already up?
It came back to his round. To his turn. Bell went before him. So
Okay,
he
gotcha.
shielded on that turn for his reaction. And he got it back.
17 points of damage.
17.
Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and add a favored foe to it. So
get that extra D4.
21. I rolled a 4.
21 that's not bad damage, my man. Are you okay? Are you good?
No.
Okay. That fucking hurt. Anything else for your turn? I mean, that was one shot. You said you pulled out both?
I missed my first one.
Oh,
remember?
that's right. My bad.
19 missed.
Second shot.
2 shots.
Does manage to
and
sneak in.
And that uses your bonus action in 5e?
No,
shot.
I decided we're running with a 1D&D for 2-weapon fighting for this game. So that just used your action.
Yeah, you just roll
bonus
flat
action
damage.
to that's not the correct button. That is though. I will go ahead and spend a spell slot to cast Zephyr Strike. So just that same kind of like blackening of the area around the eyes and like the veins all through his face. Teeth get all pointy.
Okay.
He's kind of huddled behind the fucking thing.
All right.
That'll be my turn.
Ending Geist turn. Callie.
Well, shit. Okay. The job is to kill this man. That's the job. So.
Take it those 4 revolvers are still there after I hit him.
I'm so sorry. I actually forgot to roll his concentration check. Let me do it.
Like portent that to a nat 1.
What you need to do is just walk up to him, use your object interaction, and just take those revolvers and put them in your pockets.
It's not exactly how that works.
Nerd!
He does
Give me
maintain his
those.
concentration. Like you saw, like you hit him, they wobbled shortly, but he does seem to maintain. It was close.
So after Gus has had done damage and after the professor's done damage, he is looking pretty hurt.
Bloodied. Yeah, he looks pretty hurt. Like he is, like I said, we use, bloodied was when he hit half hit points.
Okay. So then I'm going to use another, I'm going to bonus action, Fey step to here. Come on, thing. I believe in you.
Okay.
Using my the fire is gonna I'll throw it at him because it's within. Is that within 5 feet?
Is it within? You're not within 5 feet of the marshal. You're within 5 feet of this guy.
Sure, I'll throw it at him.
Poor fella.
And it's poor fella. He's just sort of collateral damage at this
He's
point.
probably not about to be your friend. I'm just saying. I wouldn't feel too bad about it.
Yeah.
Okay. And how much damage is that? You said it's 3?
It's 3. It's my proficiency,
okay.
I believe.
Got it.
To expend that resource real quick. Yeah, it's only 3 points of fire damage. Yeah, I'm gonna pull out my revolvers and sort of nonchalantly go, "This isn't personal. Sorry," and take my 2 shots at him.
Shooting at the marshal?
Correct. And he shouldn't be getting any cover because
because you've maneuvered around the cover. He is not getting a cover bonus.
Yeah. So so that is a 15 plus 6 to hit.
So 21.
Yeah.
21 unfortunately pings off of his shield for the first shot.
Damn it. Oh, where'd that go? I don't know where that go. I've lost a D20. Okay. 17 plus 6.
For 23?
Yeah.
23 just hits.
Okay. Damn. Okay, well, I'm gonna throw a 2nd level Divine Smite onto that.
Okay.
So that is how many D4s? Sorry, I'm all discombobulated here. Okay, so that's 3d4 and then 2d8s.
Big money. All 4s, 2 8s.
We'll see. Okay. Not so bad. That is
D&D math is the most stressful math on the planet. That's all I'm saying. I don't care who you are. Fucking mathletes, get out of here. D&D, more stressful.
25 points of damage.
Ow. I can't do math either. Fucking blowing it, chunky, like it making it through, like it passes through the shield. He's got these wandering, like, I say wandering, it's not like a solid bubble, but it's like shifting like little hexagons of force that are all around it. And it sneaks in between a couple in the gap in a couple and hits them. Anything else for your turn?
Bonus action. I suppose. I don't know how much it's gonna help, but is it difficult terrain to get to sort of where Gus is?
That's kind of what I was thinking, is that it's kind of like getting up and over costs an extra 5 foot of movement to, like, as you're clambering over, but the space in between does not, so.
Okay, so like.
So you go 10, 20, 30 would get you, like, right next to him.
Yeah. That's what I figured. Okay, yeah. And then, so that's all I can do.
Okay, that's movement action. Oh, bonus action, you teleported over there. Toasted that guy a little bit. Goons. Skirt. All but one of them are incapacitated. Which one did I say was not incapacitated? Oh yeah, this guy. This guy right here. The lone wanderer. I mean, they're relatively. They still don't know that they're heading towards a fucking death, so this dude hops down, like, sees this guy's dazed. And basically, he uses his action bonus action movement, like, realizing that nobody's moving, and he shakes this guy awake. The guy in the middle. Is facing towards him, like, grabs him, like, what the fuck are you doing? And shakes him. One is woken up. That is going to be his entire turn. Train guys. Fuck it. I did not expect to feel as bad for these guys as I do. This guy gets up here. Is at about this point that those of you in the danger cabin that are conscious hear the screech as the brakes on the main train get thrown. It's not going to be enough to stop them before they hit the chasm, as you know, but it will stop the gap from growing even wider. So you know that 60, maybe a little more gap between you guys and the safe train. These guys are still just mad confused, so they're just yelling at each other. This guy's gonna be trying to talk to them. He'll just use his full movement. He's yelling at them. I got
on top of everything, all the people in the back of the train aren't getting free booze.
I mean, they were getting drinks, and then the train just went, and there's liquor and wine or whatever they're drinking everywhere. Spill out. Everybody's upset. It is not a good time at the back of the train. It's a much worse time on y'all's end of the train, but they are very unhappy. A bunch of gunshots just got fired. This dude will turn around. Man, oh boy. We're basically gonna give him 50-50 on this dude's gonna shoot at Callie or fucking Bell. 1, 2, 3, 4. The first guy by the marshal, who is the closest, is gonna take this shot at Callie. These guys do have rifles though, because they normally operate on the top, but their attacks aren't as good. He rolled a natural 1. It does not quite explode. His gun does jam, and you hear the cartridge get caught. He is not able to make an attack. This guy, guns have been fired. Quick assessment of what is going on. The marshal's yelling about you two across. This guy does. He doesn't. Poor fella's confused. He will unfortunately be trying to take his shot at Bell.
Don't forget, I am still in range, and I have 2 guns out, clearly shooting.
Oh, that's right. You did take shots. I'm so sorry. I forgot that guy. I'll re-roll. Yeah, I mean, you're like you said, you're right next to him, and you just fired 2 shots. I mean, he's just gonna pull up. And he'll try to shoot.
Is that a disadvantage?
Yeah, that's a disadvantage. I'm gonna say, like, in his panic, like, he came in, he hears yelling, he's like, those fucking 3, and he just goes, ah, bang, and with a 9, just fires right into the cushion right next to you guys. That is gonna be the end of the train watchers. Alistair.
Guys, turns to look at the guy. Do you mind?
Ah!
All right, DM.
Yes, sir.
You about to have to make some rulings on some crazy stuff, okay?
I'm here for it, baby.
Bet.
I should have given y'all a deck of many things so that y'all could have been like, do you want to pull? In a desperate situation, that'd go crazy.
Essentially, what it boils down to is I would like to rocket jump to the next train.
What?
I would like to grab on to before I do, actually, I'm gonna turn around to the guy that's shaking people and I'm gonna be like, you want this man prosecuted? And I'm gonna like sort of point at Clyde.
Do you want this man prosecuted?
We don't have a lot of time. We going off a cliff real soon. Do you want this man prosecuted?
We're going off.
Okay, I'm gonna take a yes.
You just threw like, this train's about to go off a cliff, and he's going, wait, what? Like,
and I'll point in the other direction. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna take that as a yes. All right, I'm gonna grab Clyde. I'm gonna step out to right here.
Okay.
I should have probably asked him, but that's what I'm gonna do for right now. I want to use Thunder Wave. I want to jump physically first. Use Thunder Wave down so I can give myself 15 more feet of height, since it pushes you back 15 feet, and then cast Featherfall as a reaction on myself so I can gently glide to the door of the next train that's coming towards me.
You realize
Let
that
him do it. It's cool.
That train's still going probably like at least 30 miles an hour.
Yeah, but so are we. We're also going that speed.
That's fair.
If you're going that speed, that means you're going to hit the ground before you hit the train.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm casting Featherfall. So it's like I hop up like an extra 15 feet, which is probably higher than the next train itself. Cast Featherfall on myself and sort of glide towards the...
For your Featherfall, you still fall at 60 feet.
Okay. I mean, it was just a question, so that's what I'm...
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just trying to take all things into consideration here.
Sure.
And you know what? I want to live up to my shirt and say that you can certainly try.
Oh shit. Let's do it.
Clyde, we're going for a ride.
I'm gonna take him for a ride.
I guess it's actually me, Agatha, and Clyde going for a ride. So.
Oh boy.
Agatha got her umbrella.
Yeah, she's got her parasol and say, "Hang on tight, darling."
It's the Featherfall. It's the fucking.
Yeah, that's the Featherfall.
Okay. I'm really trying to decide how I want to like do this.
A spellcraft check to land.
Yeah,
accurately, like end up
there's gonna be a mixture of like spellcraft check and then acrobatics as well to make sure you don't just slam into the fucking train. Because that's the thing is like, there's two things. So you're either falling at 60 feet, which includes horizontally. Like this either slows all of your movement down to only 60 feet around, or it only slows down your vertical. You know. So I don't know. We'll see. Roll D20 plus charisma.
Wait, D20 plus what? Am I doing an Arcana check or just
this is spellcraft? So D20 plus your spellcasting modifier.
So just a D20 plus 5.
Yep.
Oh.
We're gonna see exactly how much, if any, lift you get out of your because there's also your thunder wave is a shotgun. So
Yeah.
Hey, man,
Can I add
we
my
out here.
D6s onto here or no?
I'll say not.
Okay.
I'm gonna say no.
All right. Well, Clyde, it was nice knowing you. If this doesn't work. Oh yeah, that's terrible. That's an 8 total. It's a 3 plus 5.
Oh no.
That would with your proficiency, that only brings it to an 11, right?
That's a 3 on the dice plus 5
Okay.
for my charisma. Yeah, if you want to add my proficiency to
I
it.
was like, that only brings it to 11.
To
Because I was
11.
thinking, I was like, DC 15, I think, for some wild ass shit like this sounds fair.
Unless you let me add my D6 to it.
It's not a total failure to get the full 15 feet. So basically, there's going to add more risk to this. You don't get quite the full distance.
Okay.
You feather fall. Is that with the sphere, or do you have feather fall?
No, that's with the spear.
It's with sphere.
Yep.
You cast feather fall, and at the top of your next turn, you're going to make an acrobatics check to see whether you get hit by a train or not.
Cool. I get a +2 to acrobatics, by the way.
Oh my god!
Hell yeah.
That you will get your D6 for.
So, if you have, if what happens if you get hit again when you take damage after you're already stabilized the amulet?
Yeah, I mean, you take failed death saves. You're just not dying. You're not having to make death saving throws. You still take failed death saves.
Okay.
Can I object interaction close the door before I leave?
Sure. I don't see why not.
I feel like you're probably going to shatter the shit out of that window anyway.
Well, he shot it at the ground, so he shattered the platform, like on this side. That was
Oh,
supposed to connect.
I wanted to like physically jump first. That way I got like that extra 2.5 foot, and then
Sure. Sure. Like I said, the Arcana check was just like how much lift you got out of it. So the better you rolled, the lower the acrobatics DC is basically where I was going with that.
All right. Well, we're hitting the train next round, just so you know.
Oh no. Well, we're gonna find out. Probably not this week. Clyde, you are still unconscious and stable.
Living the dream.
John is still dead. Sarah, you are hearing the screeching of metal on metal as the brakes are thrown, and you know that it's just about time. Like your hand is on your sending stone.
He's out there smoking some of the jazz cigarettes.
And
like, everything's fine, everything's going great.
This is awesome.
Can't wait to see this explosion. It's a little weird that John hasn't sent anything.
Yeah, what happened to John? Do you not? I mean, you would know he died. You would know he died, I think. Like, there's that mental connection. You would know that he got fucking smoked. That unfortunately, we went way over. I do apologize. I just wanted to wrap up that round. That is where we were going to call tonight's session, though. Hey, sweet God. This is about as...
I'm glad this was a very nice and controlled episode. Nothing went too far off the rails, and the plan was successful without any hitches.
I
Simple
can't
plan,
wait.
All went according.
This next round is going to be blast. But thank you guys for joining me. I hope y'all enjoyed yourselves. I know I did. I've been waiting for the floaty pistol wizard for literally this entire campaign. I wanted it so bad. But anyway, we are here on Wednesdays every week for the foreseeable future at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard for this game, which is Whispers in the Dust. Huzzah! There will continue to be train shenanigans for at least the beginning of next session, so you should be here for that. I want to know what backup plan is. Who knows?
Survive.
Survive. New objective. Survive. Clyde is so far succeeding. Good job, Clyde. But on Saturdays we do our Across Everyone campaign, which is DM'd by our lovely Jonesy or Alistair. He is also sinister and mean to us then, just like he is now. He's a cruel man. He blew up our airship very mean. Very mean.
Brother.
I think that
Again.
Jonesy is secretly a bald man with a mustache. So toupee. But anyway, we're gonna raid some folks. Also click that link. Joining the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. It's a worthy cause. We're gonna be raiding Perception Studio. They also play TTRPG things, so get them love and support. As you know, that means they do more stuff, and then we all support each other and do fun. So yeah, we'll see y'all later. Bye. Bye. Bye.